to set things right. Once an assassin, now their pursuer. I must destroy those who I once called brother. The air is still, and I am a hunter.
Good evening, Soldier Boy here, and welcome back. Welcome to, for the first time on the channel, Assassin's Creed Rogue. I am going to quickly go in because I need to turn the music off. The thing that just came up, bear me a second while I deal with this. I should have come into this sooner. There we go. We'll turn the ambient music down a little bit. Effects and all that can be good. Yeah. That's better. That's better. I'm probably going to get hit for that one. It's a nice little intro. Didn't catch it all on stream because I didn't realise it was going to happen and then it was too late. But good evening. Welcome to Assassin's Creed Rogue. Now, it seems like a while since we were last on Assassin's Creed anything. We've had other things get in the way. Don't tell me there's not. It is there. I was going to say. And, Rogue. So this YouTube's thing, you put in what game you're playing, and that's not an issue, but for a minute it didn't look like they had Rogue, which was really worrying. Well, not worrying, but just weird. Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered. So this is the remastered version of Assassin's Creed Rogue. I actually got it as part of a trio. So Black Flag, Rogue, and Unity, I paid, I think it was like £10, and got all 3 games. Which was one hell of a deal at the time. But this is our new main game as we continue our journey through the Assassin's Creed franchise. We've had some things come in the way recently. We did Horizon Forbidden West was the most recent playthrough and our Platinum. So I'm just trying to find my actual thumbnail. Oh, that one out. That one. So tonight is the first live stream of Assassin's Creed Rogue. Right, I just want to say this while I start. I know someone in chat. Bear with me, I can't see chat for a second just while I fill in the YouTube side. So we'll catch up with chat in a second. Massive thank you to those that have watched the channel update. It was, how do I say it, a little bit harder to do than I expected. I don't know, it's really weird talking about certain things. You start thinking, not badly, but you start kind of going off on a tangent. And I know some of it dragged on. That's my fault. I started talking and then couldn't stop myself talking. But yeah, that was kind of weird. But thank you to those that watched it. Much appreciated. If you haven't watched the scheduled video for this week's a bit all over the place. So we are live this evening for Assassin's Creed Rogue. We are live tomorrow evening for Genshin Impact. And we're live Wednesday evening for more Assassin's Creed Rogue. The reason for that is in the UK, it's half term this week. So we can't do any daytime live streams. There's content daily on the channel. But these are only our 3 evening live streams this week, and then next week it's back to normal. We will be back normally pretty soon. Good evening, Kathy. How are you? I'm not too bad, thank you. Not too bad at all. So we've got 2 streams of Rogue this week and 1 stream of Genshin Impact. I know it's a bit sparse, we should say, when it comes to live streams, but unfortunately it's just the way it's going to have to be this week. The bank holiday weekend. If you've seen the video, the channel update, you'll understand why. And the subscriber special on Saturday has been postponed because of what's happening. Again, I've got to be careful because I know my little boy can watch these, and I don't want to give anything away till afterwards. So I've got to be a bit careful what I say. So the subscriber special will happen a week later, basically, and we'll go 2 weeks after that. Glad you're good, Kathy. Glad you're good. So Assassin's Creed Rogue. Now, I actually can't remember much about it. I don't know what it is, but it's one of those ones that I kind of think has passed me by. I'm pretty sure I played it many moons ago. but I just can't for the life of me. So I'm just checking sound. I can't for the life of me think or know anything about it. I don't know what it is. I think I want to say the assassin's name is Shay. I could be wrong on that. It's one of those weird ones. You play so many of these, after a while you can get confused. I'm one of these people that likes the story so much. That's the one element I normally remember. I don't remember much about Rogue, and that's a bad thing. I kind of want to remember more, but we'll see as we get into it. I know Cass has said he was looking forward to me doing this because he thinks the story in this is quite amusing, not in a good way. So that doesn't really fill me with lots and lots of hope, but you never know. If in case anyone did miss it as well, I don't know. I didn't mention in the channel update because I recorded the channel update so early, didn't I? We have obtained our 8th channel platinum, which was Horizon Forbidden West. And do you know what? I was thinking earlier when I was thinking about streaming this evening and all this. I was thinking about the Assassin's Creed games we haven't platinumed. So Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Revelations and Black Flag, we couldn't get platinums on them. Black Flag mainly because obviously the online's gone, so that's near enough impossible. And Revelations and Brotherhood were just so horrendously difficult to get that platinum. There's one mission I cannot do, and I've tried, God knows how many times. I'm kind of in my head thinking I should go back in my own free time and get it, but after a while you just think it's not worth it. I might go back and complete the 5 other little trophies and leave the one that causes us an issue, maybe. I don't know. But it's been in my head today, mainly because we're starting this, I think. Came out in 2014, so I understand you don't remember, but I bet you will when you start playing it. That's the thing with everything I do, especially Assassin's Creed that I've played in the past. I will generally remember it as we get into it. I know this now. Good evening, Lisa. How are you? I'm not too bad at all, thank you. But yeah, I think that's pretty similar with a lot of games we play. That I tend to then remember things as we go. One thing I've already turned off the music. I might get hit with a copyright, but it doesn't affect anything, so it's not a problem. Did I change? This is what I never load into a game before we start the first stream, which is probably a bad thing. Subtitles. Always have subtitles on. Don't put a background on, but I always have them on. Did that say blood as well? Blood. You can turn blood off. Okay. I never come on to anything before we play. I just come on and it's just new and raw in that regard. And I forgot to turn off the sound, the music. Right. Anyway, are we ready? Assassin's Creed Rogue. As I say, I don't remember much. So we're going to be discovering this together. I'm pretty sure the guy's name is Shay. And also in the intro bit, which was I kind of caught a bit of it at the start of the stream, he was Irish. So I think I'm right in that regard, but I don't know. So this is the remastered version of Assassin's Creed Rogue. Hopefully better graphics. I'm hoping it's stable enough. It should be. Everything we've done so far has been fairly stable. So let's begin the story mode and see where it takes us. I don't know how long the game is. As always, we go into this as blind as possible, even though I probably have played this in the past. Long time ago now. But yeah, don't know the trophies. I believe there's an online side. I think there's something. I do know there's something that means we won't be getting platinum on it. And I was thinking about this the other day. Also, along with the Assassin's Creed, we couldn't platinum for different reasons. Not every game we play has to be a platinum either. And this come into my head because of Watch Dogs. So the Watch Dogs episodes on the channel so far, you're not at the end yet. I've finished it and done the DLC and started Watch Dogs 2 now. So you've got all that to look forward to. But I didn't go for the platinum in Watch Dogs. And once we finish the series on the channel, I'll do a review and talk about why. But yeah, I don't think every game has to be a platinum. I do enjoy trophy hunting. I enjoy being a completionist and seeing everything. But seeing everything doesn't always mean we have to get the platinum. I think it depends on the game. It's got to be enjoyable. It can't be a grind. And yeah, some of them are just better for that kind of thing. And not all Assassin's Creed games, I think, are good for that. That's the thing. But there we go. There's me just jabbering on. One of the things you remember from this game is I make my own luck. I wish I could do an Irish accent, because I'm sure that'd sound better. A few of things are more spoiling. Okay. How long ago have you played this then, Lisa? Is it quite recent? Sorry, I'm just going to try and get comfortable. We have started the stream a bit earlier this evening than obviously advertised. Not that it's an issue. Okay. Start a new game. Let's be introduced to Rogue and the controls. Don't feel pressed to plan or everything. Some tropes. Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's kind of the way I've just said it. It's probably a backwards way of talking about it. But yeah, I don't want anyone to come onto the channel to think, oh, he's going to platinum everything, because that's not me at all. I like seeing everything a game has to offer, but at the same time, I'm not a fan of online trophies. And if it's not enjoyable and it becomes grindy, what's the point? You know, Watch Dogs, I haven't platinumed it because there's 40 missions you have to do one after the other. Well, not one after the other, but you have to do for one trophy. You have to do a load of online missions, and none of that interests me. It just gets too repetitive. So yeah, we're not going to platinum everything, but there are some we will platinum and aim to platinum. And some of them we won't know until after we've nearly finished them, because we don't look at trophies till late on. So we won't really know if we're going to do it or not, unless we know there's going to be a concerted effort to do something. But we'll see how it goes. You haven't played this since it came out? Oh, wow, okay. Oh, you've watched some reviews? Oh, nice, okay. Well, let's see what it has to offer. I'm excited because I just don't remember much about it. That kind of excites me because it could be really different. I know Cass had said, you know, the story and some of the content, like the talking is a bit weird, but we shall see for ourselves. I don't even know where it's set, to be honest.
Stay my blade from the flesh of the innocent. Hide in plain sight. Never compromise the Assassin Brotherhood. These are the tenets of the creed, the principles I used to live by. I was a young man then. The 7 Years' War was about to begin. I could not have imagined what the future had in store for me, nor the cost I would choose to bear. My name is Shay Cormac. This is my story.
Well, there's someone we've got to go after. Kill the assassin. There's a box here. I can hear a box twinkling away. We'll have to come back, I suppose. So we need to kill the assassin. Now, I got the name right. Shay is the correct name. Can I not jump across there? Okay, it's R2. It's fine. Told you I didn't know buttons. So, as he's talking, I was remembering a few things. So Shay used to be an assassin, but he is no longer an assassin, and that's quite important.
Well, we won't lack for firewood, at least.
This is what makes this game very different to the others. He also dodged their assassination.
Admit it, I nearly had you.
Nearly counts for nothing, Shay. And besides, no. That was just luck.
I make my own luck, Liam.
Ah, you've been saying that for years, but you've precious little to show for it. Or have you been spending it all getting out of trouble?
Well, you know, trouble just follows me around.
Let's head back.
So, I wanted to obviously let the conversation play out. So,
Come on.
there are a few
Captain
things.
Deliver Andre and his crew must have run into some trouble. Who knew meeting was...
But do you know what? This is one thing I missed a little bit in...
Could lead to no good.
That didn't work. Why did that not work? So what I was trying to do was do the database. Because we just had an entry, our first entry in the database, to be fair. People. Liam O'Brien. This is one thing I missed a little bit in Forbidden West. It's only something I noticed afterwards. You can actually go in and read about people you meet. we didn't do it at the time we met these people for the first time. We probably should have done. I enjoy reading these things, but as at the start, I kind of remember the name was Shay, and I was correct in that. He's Irish. He used to be an assassin. Now, in Assassin's Creed 3, we played the part of Connor's father for a little while, Hytham. Other than that, this is the only other Assassin's Creed game. I could be completely off base. I could be wrong. But I believe it's the only other one where you don't play as someone who's in the assassin. It's part of the creed. And there is a reason for that. So we get to discover that story of what happened, why he turned against them. So this is Liam O'Brien. This is the guy we just tried to air assassinate, but knew he was doing it. So born 1726 and died unknown. Liam O'Brien was born in Plymouth, Massachusetts, to Irish immigrants. After years of struggling to survive on a farm, the family moved to New York, where his father began to work for a rich merchant, loading ships bound for England. Liam eventually joined him, and it was there he first met a young boy named Shay Cormac, who was visiting his father in the Merchant Marine. The two boys become friends, and Liam looked after the younger boy, who lived in a rough neighbourhood, and was showing a talent for getting into trouble. As Liam continued to work, he was shocked to learn that despite all the profits made by their employer, the employees remained underpaid and mistreated. Tensions rose between the two sides. In 1736, Liam recruited a few of his young co-workers to begin robbing their employer. However, he was caught and was forced to kill a man in self-defence. In order to protect his son, his father took the blame for the murder and was executed by the authorities. Oh wow, okay. That's that's a bit extreme. Lost, Liam drifted from one job to the next, distancing himself from everyone he knew, including his young friend Shay. He kept on robbing New York's richer citizens so he could send money to his mother, whom he was too ashamed to face. In 1738, he met Achilles. Do we remember who Achilles is? Achilles was in Assassin's Creed 3. He was the mentor of Connor, and actually gave Connor the name Connor, strangely, who began to give him small tasks to perform, such as delivering messages to the Wallows. Why do they have to put words in I can't pronounce? Wallostockiuk man named Kesagawaz in the frontier. Achilles' influence grew on him. He began to look up to the man he finally managed to teach him about right and wrong, and eventually the assassins and their creed. In 1743, Liam became Achilles' first mentee and quickly learned from him. Liam helped Achilles recruit the remainder of his colonial brotherhood, Chevalier de la Vendée, Kesagawasi, and Hope. There's one normal name in that, and that's Hope. In 1748, Liam found his childhood friend Shay Cormac, whose life was shattered after his father died at sea. Liam helped him get back on his feet, and the two become inseparable. Later that year, Liam introduced Shay to Achilles, and it wasn't long before his young friend joined the assassins. Liam was tasked to keep an eye on his latest recruit. So not the life that most people would have expected, I suppose, for Liam at this point. Father being killed. I kind of want to collect stuff now, but I know you're not really supposed to. You're meant to just crack on, aren't you? I know there's a chest here. It's on our way. There we go. Right, where are we going? Up there? There's a shanty nearby as well. These are all things we'll come back for.
I'm just keeping an eye on you, in case you fall down and hurt yourself.
I'm keeping an eye on you in case you fall down. We can synchronise the viewpoint. It's very reminiscent of Assassin's Creed 3, isn't it, currently? So, if these guys met Achilles and then were assassins, I'm assuming this is set before Assassin's Creed 3. I don't know what year this is set in, to be fair. This is what happens when you do everything blind. You don't look these things up until later on. I'm sure we'll figure it out as we go on. There's a sword here as well.
Hurry. We best not keep Chevalier waiting.
There seems to be a gluttony of collectibles, by the looks of things. Right, here we are, back at the camp. Controls are fairly simple, so far.
Where the hell were you two?
We're out hunting. What happened here?
My men were attacked by some English sea dogs.
Why, Captain Joseph. Couldn't you fight them all off by yourself like you're always saying?
It is Capitaine Louis-Joseph Gauthier, Chevalier de la Vérendrye. And you are dreaming if you think any training could make you into a proper assassin. Do you even know what that means? It means being responsible for an ancient and proud tradition. It means obeying your mentor without question. How else will we ensure freedom for the human race?
Them's pretty words, Chevalier. But I don't feel too free at the moment.
Well then, feel educated! You simpleton! You rot-brained cabbage farmer!
I get to attack.
How dare you show me such disrespect!
So counter's pretty similar to previous.
How dare you show me such disrespect! You irresponsible wretch!
Gentlemen, stop! We got a common enemy, and I reckon he's close.
The Royal Navy attack my vessel and force my men to flee. We are stranded, and what is worse, the smugglers we were supposed to meet have been taken prisoner.
Shay and I'll free those smugglers. You treat your wounded.
There we go. So different compared to newer games. It's nice. We can see how far game development has come since it came out. Absolutely, game development has changed a lot, hasn't it? It's so French, very much so. Combat is very reminiscent of Assassin's Creed 3. It is very slow. Countering gives you enough time to counter.
Tread with care, Shay. The Royal Navy be ready for us.
Right,
Remember your training.
Has it done it properly this time? It has. So this is the guy we just met, Chevalier de la Vérendrye. This is the guy, the captain, the guy who we just had a fist fight with. There are some quests that require other optional objectives. Now, as I say, I don't know if this is platinable. I believe it's not because of online, but I haven't seen any online stuff, so I don't know. We may have to come back if we don't manage to do them first time around. As usual, we'll try and do the optional objectives throughout the course of the missions, and if we can then do it, we'll do so. Chevalier was born to a family of explorers on Île-aux-Vaches in New France. New France, okay. In 1735, he went on his first expedition with his father to Fort St. Charles on Lake of the Woods. A year later, he re-established Fort Maurepas. He was awarded with the title of Chevalier, or Knight, from his father. He passed over Louis Joseph's older brother to do so. That's a way to wind up the family. He spent the next 4 years exploring North Dakota and Manitoba. In 1744, de la Vérendrye, I hate saying these names sometimes, became a frontier post commander for the French government. It was around this time that he met Achilles and Liam O'Brien and helped them complete an assassin mission. In 1746, Achilles asked de la Vérendrye to join him, an offer that was gladly accepted. De la Vérendrye lost his father in 1749, and further explorations westward were disrupted by politics. Later that same year, he met Shay Cormac for the first time and took an instant dislike to him. I think we gathered that just a minute ago, to be honest. In 1752, de la Vérendrye returned to fur trading, but business did not go well for him. We don't have a day of he died either. So, we know he had an instant dislike, the fact we had a fist fight. To remain undetected, killed all the British guards and free the smugglers. Okay. We've got a knife and a sword combo. Let's see how we do this then. If we get detected, we get detected. Obviously, we'll try not to.
They don't stand a chance.
Where are your mates now, you filthy rat?
Because he just took someone out, didn't he?
Before I bash out your brains! We will find them and let them bury what's left of you.
Keep an eye out, lads! Their pals are still out there somewhere!
I'm in the bush.
Again.
If we don't get discovered, I'll be amazed at this point. Right, there's a guy walking. Loot the body while we're here. I'm going to say he's going to see the body. That's not an issue. If he comes over this way, we can take him out nicely. If not, try and get behind him in a second. Obviously, I can't run the risk of going too soon. Right, he's down. So there are two more just there. I don't know if I can do a double assassination or not. I suppose we're about to find out. Oh, I should release the man, shouldn't I, really?
Thank you.
I released him. Oh, we can do a double assassination. Does it? It's giving me the option of double. I don't know. Oh, we will. Ah, okay. Double assassination. Do you know what? That's one move I really enjoy. And in some of the Assassin's Creed games, you don't get that till quite late on. I really like that move. Right, we've got some prisoners here. There are men on the ship to watch out for. Let's rescue these guys.
I thought I'd be hanged.
No, we just... I don't know how. They're all cheering on the ships passing. Just hold on. Obviously I don't want to get seen. Okay. I've got to get onto that. I see, I'd assume we go up the rocks to get across, would be my thinking. I don't know if we can climb. Not by the looks of things. My first thought was you should be using the rocks. But I don't think we can climb up. No. Okay. Answer that question at least. We've got to get to the boat without being seen in theory. And then deal with the people on the boat. Kill all the British guards. So far we've not been seen. There's one there. There is one there. And there is two in the middle. Now, can I climb up and take him out without this guy turning round? And the guy down there seeing us. There is a guy walking. Let's hold on a second. My thinking would be just to go up and take him, to take the one to the right and hope the two down there don't see us, but don't know. I've been seen. Yeah, we got seen. But it happens. So as Assassin's Creed 3 had, and Black Flag to a degree, sword combat is quite slow. It's very easy to control. We killed all the British guards, we got seen. Unless, of course, the optional objective doesn't count for these ones, I don't know. It may have only counted for because the optional objective seemed to change, didn't it, in the camp? So, let's have a look. Yeah, free the smugglers. Progress has changed. We may have got away with it. So we can free these guys. I think that's our first mission successful. I'm curious to the storyline of Shay. Here comes Liam. Obviously we need a gun.
I was saving those fellas for you.
Very thoughtful. Maybe you were not completely useless, Shay.
Speaking of useless, those blockheads won't be needing this vessel anymore.
Looks like we've requisitioned a ship.
Merde. You want her, Shay? She is yours. Now bring me back to my ship.
He wants to go back to his ship.
You heard, Chevalier? This vessel is yours, Shay. Go on. Take the wheel. Some of the men you rescued.
Okay. So these are all shanties that we've got. I knew they was going to come up and say that's what they were, so I just wanted to click
Join
them
us.
off.
They should prove a good crew.
I'm not so certain about their captain, but next to me you're the most experienced sailor in the Brotherhood, Shay. Besides, we could use another vessel. Even this pitiful one.
She's mine, ain't she? My own ship.
Your own pile of garbage, yes?
So I don't seem too
With a
keen
lick
on the
of
ship.
paint and a few new cannons. She'll look as fine as anything on the Seven Seas.
To be fair, it's lacking
Shall
cannons.
we begin, Captain?
Indeed, mate.
Come now.
She's
Yeah.
a mess,
It is
but she's still afloat. And her name's the Morgan.
nice Irish name.
Morgan! That silly fairy queen who ruined Merlin, the wise? Oh, she's perfect for you, Shay.
The Morgan was an old goddess. The queen of war and darkness. She harvested the souls of fallen warriors. Perfect indeed.
I honestly didn't know there was any sailing in this, actually. So it seems to be a mix of Assassin's Creed 3 combat to Black Flag's boats. Although we have had boats in Assassin's Creed 3. Fire your cannons, hold L to move up to aim. So similar to, well, it is the exact same as Black Flag, to be fair. Shoot the hull for maximum damage. Tells me we're about to get in a fight, I would say. Look forward and press L2 and R2 to fire explosive shot. So there's lots of things to pick up along the sea by the looks of things. There's something shining brightly as right here.
As much sail as you can.
But obviously we're not going to stop at the minute. So I think it looks like it's similar to Black Flag. There's going to be lots of things to do at sea. And there is now a ship attacking Chevrolet's ship. I'm trying to look at the button to press to pick up the cargo, but...
A ship! This is a false ship! They will sink her!
Right, we've got to go and defend the ship.
Ready for battle, men.
Aloft, lads! Loose the royals!
I'm trying to catch up with the ships to actually take these guys out, and that's not going to happen there by the looks of things.
Stop them, boy!
Ready to fire!
Brace yourselves!
We sunk a ship without ramming it. That was an achievement.
They're tearing her to pieces! Do something!
I've had to slow right down because I was about to hit their ship, which obviously we don't want to be doing. We're about to get hit. I've just hit the ship, which isn't obviously ideal. We sank the... I think we did sink the other big ship. That ship's down as well. We need to turn around. I think there's 2 ships left. One's a gunship by the looks of things. Need to try and get alongside. The waves really don't help. Where is it? There it is. I didn't shoot my allies, I was shooting the enemy ship. Right, 1 to go. 1 to go. Have we got guns from the front? Oh, we have got guns from the front. Let's see if we can do this. I think I missed.
Ready here!
Wait for the wave. I think I missed as well. Turn.
Awaiting orders, sir!
Reef the mains! Blew up gallants!
I can't hit it. There we go.
This vessel is battle ready after all. I will return to what is left of the Gerfo. It's a long way home, and we have repairs to do.
Sing hearty, lads. Chevalier's pleased with us.
I think we did okay. Control seems pretty similar to what we're used to. It's been a while, but we're still used to it. A lot of the older Assassin's Creed, the combat is a lot slower, which makes it a bit easier to get into very early on.
What course would you have me set, Shay?
Time to report back to the mentor. Wouldn't you agree?
Wise words, Captain. Wise words.
So we're going to go and see a young Achilles then. This is also one of the reasons we're doing these in order, as much as possible, bar the later 3 that obviously we've done in a really weird order. But the stories do mix really well. Although, I have got one issue. Where's the modern day
What the
story?
hell did you do? It's some kind of dormant virus?
There it is.
Shit. Hang on, I'm getting you out of there.
I was just wondering about the modern day.
Sorry for the rough exit. Your piece working, check. You were just an animus. Animus, yes? You were using it to access a genetic memory file in Helix labeled Shay Cormac? You work for Abstergo Entertainment, remember? Any of this ringing a bell? Your session triggered something bad, and it's affecting the whole building. We need to find your boss. You haven't forgotten your boss, have you? Melanie LeMay, zipper, chipper, overachiever? Here, take your communicator, check it if you get lost. Now let's get out of here.
So I'm assuming
Follow me.
straight away
This chaos is absolutely your fault.
that
in
we're the
case you're
faceless
wondering.
employee, similar to Black Flag, or the same as Black Flag.
Everything is gonna be okay, guys.
Although it did turn
Stay
out we was an
positive.
undercover agent, wasn't it, by the end of it? Knowingly or unknowingly, admittedly.
What the hell is happening?
A file labeled Shay Cormac was booby-trapped with some kind of virus.
Your job is to prevent things like this.
We need to contain these genetic memories, then we can destroy them.
No. Isolate them. I want to study these memories.
But
With respect, Miss LeMay, this is not a request.
You heard the man.
The memories are
I
booby-trapped,
need
there
to
must be a
borrow your
reason, wouldn't there?
numbskull.
You wouldn't
That
just want to
okay with you,
destroy
Miss
them.
hey there, this might seem a bit weird, but you're gonna work for contractors we hired to, you know, upgrade our security. Mr. Otto Berg and Miss Violet DaCosta.
Call me Violet.
I have to go check on our people and prepare a statement for the press. Do whatever they tell you to do, okay? Go team!
They're so chipper at Sturgo
Technically,
Entertainment,
you're not
aren't they?
responsible for this, but you're the one who let the virus out, so I think it's only fair you help me get it.
We're not responsible,
Mr. Berg
but
wants us to relive Shay's genetic memories. To do that, we need to access them from Helix. But the Helix is down. We'll have to reboot the main servers in the basement.
off to the basement we go.
Man, whoever designed this virus is a genius. Not only does it restrict our access to the cloud, it's adapted to fuck up the other operating systems that regulate building functions. Melanie, the elevators are out of commission. Are we stuck on this floor?
Damn, yes. I'll get a repair crew on site ASAP.
There's a working area server on this floor. I guess that'll have to do for now.
Okay.
Agent DaCosta, I want regular updates on your progress with Shay's genetic memories.
Why? He's just a nobody as far as I can tell.
If Shay Cormac is who I suspect he is, then this temporary setback may provide us with an unexpected reward. Proceed to the server room on this floor.
There we go. What's that on the floor? I don't know what it is, I just saw something flashing. A tablet document 1 to Robert Fraser from Aidan Sinclair, Victoria Bilbao. CC, sorry. From Melanie LeMay, 18th of June 2014. Subject Arno Dorian. Recognise the name. Hi Robert, you come highly recommended and thrilled to have you in our studio. I'm putting you to work on a special project for me. Your subject is Arno Dorian. His story takes place during the French Revolution. I want you to explore every avenue of his life that you can. The goal is to have a new blockbuster to present to the Sturgo brass next year. As such, this is super classified. Your direct supervisor will be Aidan Sinclair. You can only discuss the project with Aidan or myself, as you'll probably be logging some overtime in your animus. I've had a mandatory weekly meeting with our psychiatrist, Dr. Bilbo, to make sure you're not suffering from any bleeding effect. Welcome to Sturgo Entertainment. Don't let me down. Now, French Revolution, isn't that Unity? Unless I've got my, I may have got my being mixed up a little, but isn't that Unity? I don't know if I recognise the name Arno, but I don't know why. I know it's somewhere in the Assassin's Creed franchise. We haven't heard or seen anything about Arno so far. Right, where are we going? You're not going to tell me, are you? Okay, we've got to find the server room. I'm kind of... Obviously, I've played all the Assassin's Creed games once upon a time. We haven't got clearance for in here, have we? Nope. But some of the names get all...
I have dogs at home that are better trained than you are.
What? I don't know who was talking to us then. Someone was. I'm sure we've got to go in there. This is going to let me in this one. Okay. That's anything to pick up, to be fair. But yeah, Arno is a name I remember and recognise from Assassin's Creed. But I don't think in the games we've met him yet. Severing.
Do you see a flashing wireless signal? Great. That means you can still access systems. Go ahead and patch me into their feed.
There we go.
Once you restore the server, I'll connect your Animus workstation back to Helix. In theory, if you align the beams to segments of the core, it should solve the problem. But here's where it gets tricky. You have to move the circles in such a way that each segment is powered by a beam. The keyword here is each. One beam and one beam only per core segment, okay?
Yep.
Once everything is lit up properly, the system will reboot. Got it? Give it a shot.
So one of the puzzles we've seen amongst the Assassin's Creed games previously. We have seen these before. Let's change our ring.
Good job.
That's it.
This core wasn't too complex.
No, it wasn't.
But rebooting the advanced hardware in the rest of the building will require more work.
Yeah, I can imagine they will only get harder. They always do.
The assassins would have you believe that Al-Mualim was a great mentor who became corrupted with greed, and that he schemed with the Templars to acquire an apple of Eden. I see instead a shrewd and cunning leader, a man who used his best assassin, Altair ibn Lahad, to eliminate his conspirators in order to keep the apple for himself, so that he could use it to enforce world peace. While it must be stated unequivocally that Al-Mualim was not a Templar, it is interesting to me that his vision of peace was more in line with Templar philosophy than assassin. In the past, both sides had the same goal, that of peace. Our only difference was how we chose to achieve it. Had Al-Mualim not been killed by Altair and allowed to carry out his plan, perhaps we would not be fighting now. It was only after Altair reformed the Brotherhood with its new ideals of free will that the conflict truly escalated and spread across the planet. For if the so-called wise man of the mountain can see things from our point of view, surely the same can be said for other assassins.
So interesting that. Berg's inspiration. So I think we're probably going to hear a different side of things throughout this, compared to what we've seen in previous Assassin's Creed games. That's the way it's coming across. And like I said, I don't remember that much.
Okay. So I'm not sure you're supposed to see that. You should just get back to your Animus.
Right, we're free
With the
to...
servers back online, you could, in theory, restore your co-workers' workstations if you feel like being helpful. And you could, in theory, find some more digital goodies if you feel like being sneaky.
Is she encouraging us to go around and be sneaky?
Hey, one of your co-workers dropped his communicator by the elevator. If you see any tech lying around like that, grab them. There might be a clue as to who did this.
So that's kind of an indication.
Unlocked Shay Cormac's memories. We stand on the brink of a grand discovery.
So it seems to be an indication of collectibles, isn't it?
Your new assignment, or about me. For now, all I will say is that Shay's story contains the answers. Shay will lead you to a greater understanding.
There we go. Shay's story will lead us to a greater understanding. While we're here, we may as well fix these computers. We're here anyway. The last one didn't take long. Doesn't mean these won't be. Oh, okay, there's a difference with these. So one's a splitter. Green is a splitter. Okay, that's interesting. So green is a splitter. Okay, because we're going to need a split 2, or one of the beams needs to split. Like that. Okay. So if that's the case, I want to move that one to there. I want to go to that ring next and move the splitter to there. No. Interesting. I'm thinking bottom. I'm thinking needs to be there, and then in theory, that to the splitter. There we go. They will only get harder, I'm pretty sure of that. What are we going to see this time then?
Following the Great Purge of 2000, William Miles became the de facto leader of the Assassins. A cunning and ruthless strategist, he trained several agents who infiltrated Abstergo, including Clay Kazmarek and Lucy Stillman. In late 2012, I captured William Miles in Cairo and delivered him to Warren Vidic in Rome. Miles' son, Desmond, attacked Abstergo, killed Vidic and Master Templar Daniel Cross. He fled to a First Civilization temple in New York. On December 21st, Desmond Miles was killed inside the precursor structure. The grieving William Miles went underground and left the Brotherhood in the hands of Gavin Banks. Banks led a small team across the globe, attempting to rebuild assassin cells. We have confirmed sightings in Kyoto, Moscow, and Paris. Miles resurfaced in late 2013, and we have confirmed his involvement in the infiltration of Abstergo Entertainment Montreal by the assassins Sean Hastings and Rebecca Crane.
Good evening, gaming. How are you?
Both Miles and Banks remain at large. Agent Acosta has tasked the Akashic satellite Plexus to sweep the planet for traces of
Thanks for the like, much appreciated.
We have yet to locate them.
So yeah, we're going to get a lot of history, I think, within this. Things we know, things we may not know from a different point of view, maybe. But interesting what William Miles went on to do afterwards. Obviously, we were there for I'm getting the names confused now. We were there for Desmond's death, as we partook in it. Partake. We were there. We experienced that firsthand. Okay, our desk is over this way. You got a plan for Assassin's Creed 2? Start Brotherhood. Nice. Yeah, Brotherhood we still haven't. I've not managed to platinum. Yeah, I've just had difficulties with one mission. It's really annoying. I love looking around some of these desk spaces. So, the faceless employee we were in Black Flag, was this his desk? Because we have the pirates. This could have been our original desk back in the day, maybe. I don't know. Okay, anything on the floor? Keep a look around for tech. Computers to fix. This is ours. Before we do ours, let's do another computer since we're here anyway. You heard of Death Standing. I'm holding off because obviously I know there's going to be lots of free games coming as part of the PlayStation Plus changes. So I don't want to spy anything in case I get them for free anyway. That's the only thing I've held off. Death Stranding, I'm pretty sure, is part of the free bundle that's coming at the end of this month, to be honest. Same as Mars and Morales as well. But yeah, it's definitely something I want to give a try at some point. Okay, we've got a refraction this time, so that's fine. So if we move that to there, move this one down, go down into the middle, that's absolutely fine, and we move this one there, job done. Yeah, well I'm going for the middle tier, so I'm going to get all the free games anyway, as part of it.
Hey boss, calling from Germany?
Yes, I am in Essen, searching for an artifact called the Ankh of Isis. Can you tell me anything about it?
Give me a minute to fire up my machines here. Okay. Not much. There's an obscure file from the data dump scanner that mentions it. It was allegedly 14th century Germany, where an assassin named Lucas Zergberg fought a Templar offshoot called the Brothers of the Cross. How original.
That's the file that led me to this bland shit pile. Is there anything else? Anything outside of Abstergo official records?
Nobody's ever seen the thing. There's all kinds of stories about its history, from Roman Gallia, Egypt during the Middle Ages, and even a cell of modern-day assassins. Oh, and it apparently raises the dead.
Is there any evidence to support this?
None at all. You know what I think? I think this is bullshit the assassins are spreading around so that people like us waste our valuable time sniffing after it. Smells like a trap.
Agreed. Keep an eye out for new information about the Ankh. While it may not lead to an artifact, we may be able to follow the data back to some assassins.
You got it, boss. Where are you off to next?
Cuba. I'm going to excavate the observatory.
Interesting. The anchor. Right, that's the last computer we're doing for the time being. We are going to head back to our desk. I just thought while we're here, let's do a couple. But this is our desk, so we can head back into the Animus and back to Shay. But yeah, no, I know it's part of PS Premiums. My aim is the middle tier, so I'm going to, for that reason though, to give us a lot more choice, basically. Was kind of my plan. But yeah, Death Zone does look good. I'm not sure when I'm going to get around to it. So many different things I want to play, stream, record. Yeah, there's so much. Did I do that trophy achieved? I'm assuming that's the start. New Origins content coming. But I didn't, as far as I'm aware, it's not new content. It's just the next gen upgrade. From what I'd seen. This is the Davenport Homestead. And there is Achilles.
It has been a long time.
A younger Achilles.
Achilles. Adewale. How go
Adewale.
things in the West Indies?
Looking older.
Very poorly, I'm afraid. Your countenance tells me we should discuss this. Come.
I love seeing characters in other games looking older.
Who's our visitor?
Or younger.
Who's a slave who freed himself, and hundreds of his brothers in the West Indies.
There's no update as a patch. Ah, okay.
Man's a living incarnation of the Creed.
See?
He joined me for some
That's his
practice.
first outfit.
Soon.
Ah.
I've got other business first.
But seeing the world all intermingle like that, I think is really cool.
It was terrible.
We're going to go to a training area.
The ground shook, and the ocean waves crashed over Port-au-Prince.
How many were lost?
Thousands. No family was left untouched.
I hate to bring up practical matters at a time like this.
I just want to listen in.
This man complete his task before the earthquake hit.
I cannot know. Vonredi has not been found. He was a strong Maroon, one of Macandal's best students.
Such a shame. So we cannot know if he found the site.
Indeed. But if there was a temple under the waves, I doubt it is still standing.
And the artifacts that showed the way?
Stolen. The Templars broke in during the chaos. They seized the manuscript and precursor box. I gave chase on the sea but lost their trail when they reached New York.
We must consider what to do next.
I couldn't help but listen in. You've got to listen into that conversation, don't you, really? Right, training areas where we're heading. Red Dead Redemption 1 remake. Oh, wow. I hadn't heard about that, to be fair. New update coming for Red Dead Redemption 2. We've got to go back and do that on stream. I played it myself many moons ago. I think when it first released, actually. So yeah, I'd love to play that on stream at some point. There's a lot to do in it, admittedly. Right, training area. What do we need to do here?
You are late.
Oh, what did I miss?
Only the first hour of training.
We're always training, Kisagawase.
And will continue to do so.
Do not waste your words. Shay abhors improvement as much as cats abhor leashes.
Hey.
A pity. The boy has so much potential. But so little discipline.
All right. All right. What would you have me do?
Well played.
Isn't the Witcher's update going to be happening soon as well, I believe, isn't it? Well, what do we need to do? We've got to learn from Hope, learn from Liam, and learn from Kessa Gawassi. I've heard the name being spoken now, so it should be a little bit easier.
So, what's the challenge today?
Shooting straight and true. Here, you can use these.
So we get to learn some shooting.
Well, I want you to have half a chance of succeeding. Go
It's
on.
August. I knew it was happening at some point. Right, we're going to practice some shooting, complete our training. October, okay. I knew it was happening at some point.
Shoot these targets. You can take your time, but not too much. There's more work after this.
Use R to aim, press R2 to shoot. I know it's saying triangle up there.
Reload.
There we go. It's automatic reload.
Anyone can hit targets standing still. Let's see how you do on the run.
This will be a bit different. I've got to do it in under 30 seconds. 40 seconds actually.
Come on, hurry up.
Can reload while running, I believe. Where's the next one? Missed it.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it in the time frame. I don't know what time we got. I don't think I completed in the time frame though. Good evening, Simmer. How are you? Yes, this is older. This is Assassin's Creed Rogue.
Don't let the others vex you. They mean well, though they'll never show it.
So yeah, this is an older Assassin's Creed. You're looking at 2014. Doesn't say whether we... I don't, yeah, so obviously if we're not going for platinum, we won't worry about the optional objectives, going back and redoing them, but we won't know that until later when I actually look at trophies. Some point in the future. Let me finish the story. You'd buy the game cheap to get the update for free, otherwise they'll raise the price £6. I've already got the game. What? You mean Red Dead? I've got the game. I've already got Red Dead 2. To be fair. So I don't need to buy it. I've already got it. Thank you for the like, I much appreciate it. Good old days. Do you know what? The older games, I think, are definitely still very good. You can see differences in how game development's changed. But story-wise, and some of the basics, they get so right in these. Thanks for the like, I much appreciate it.
What would we be doing?
Exploring a myriad ways to end a life.
We're going to explore ways to end a life.
Make yourselves useful and watch Shay.
Right, we've got to kill from above, kill from a bush, remain under...
Kill without being noticed.
Okay. And do it all whilst not being seen. Although, like I say, we don't know if we're going for platinum yet. If we're not, it doesn't matter so much. The optionals, to be fair.
Nicely done.
So that was from above.
I am surprised.
Let's get to the bush.
Take the high ground, Shay. Dispatching from the air is most effective.
I don't want to go... I've done the air one. I don't know if I've already failed the optional. We may have done.
You certainly know how to handle yourself.
Okay, that one's done. So we've got kill from a bush and kill while sprinting.
Attack from around a corner and your target will never know the pace.
That was sprinting.
Top form.
And that's from a bush. And we did the optional as well.
You did better than I expected.
That's Hope's lesson
Have your
finished.
skills actually grown, Shay?
Oh, Witcher.
Get a swelled head over it.
I already own Witcher and all the DLCs, to be fair. I got that for a really good deal recently as well. I am still planning on doing it, I just don't know when. We're kind of trying to fit things in, and I'm kind of, I don't know, do we go for the platinum? Do we just do a playthrough of it instead? Just knowing how long it's going to take us, I'm kind of...
Be patient.
I've got that in mind at the same time.
Never let them see you coming.
Playing it, yeah. Optional objectives is just one of those things of the older ones, isn't it?
Shay, follow me. It's time you learn to survive in the frontier.
I think I've been managing well enough so far.
Perhaps. But there is more I can teach you.
So we're going to learn how to survive. I'm assuming this is either hunting or climbing. So at this point, Shay is still learning to be an assassin. But we know, obviously, as he said at the start, things change. We have got an Animus database entry. So this is Kesagawasi. I don't know why we didn't get the other ones, but for some reason we've just got this one pop up. So Kesagawasi was born in 1730, and he was born in the Wallastokiak, I hate pronunciations, territory in what is now New Brunswick. Into his teens he lived in a walled village surrounded by farmed fields, where he practiced hunting, fishing, and various survival skills. As European hostilities grew, Kesagawasi joined other men from his village as mercenaries, helping the French army. In 1746 he met Achilles and Liam O'Brien, who were working with the French army on behalf of their assassins. They were impressed with his prowess and determination and invited him to join the Brotherhood. In 1749 he met Shay Cormac and became one of his instructors. So we learn a lot of early life to do with Shay at this point. I am following. Climb up. Why did he not climb up? There we go.
It is time for the hunt.
Locate an animal. Okay.
Use all your senses together to find prey.
I'm going to locate an animal. I can see one straight away. Now we need to kill the elk. I would assume staying high would have been beneficial. I've now not done it. I've just got attacked instead. That's one way to do it. That wasn't my plan.
Killing should not be meaningless. We must use what nature gives us.
So again, like Assassin's Creed 3, we can skin the animals. I'm assuming that comes in useful later for upgrades. Would be my assumption.
Good. Now to use what you have taken from nature.
So now we can craft some pistol holsters. Now, yeah, I probably would have done that from above, but I kind of messed up in the jumping. So pistol holsters, what else are upgrades? I know we can't do them now. So we've got some animals we're going to need if we want health upgrades. We've got rope darts, smoke bombs, pistol ammo, air rifle darts. That's interesting. Sleep darts, berserk darts, sleep grenades. Interesting. Berserk grenades, shrapnel grenades, and then we got Hunter outfit, Arctic Explorer outfit, Frontiers outfit. So there's quite a few things you can craft looking at this. Obviously we'll get to those in time, I'm sure. As I say, I don't know if we're doing the platinum. We'll have to figure that out later on. But we'll try, like I said, we're going to try and solve all the optionals as we do things. Obviously if we miss things, we miss them. And if we want to go back, we can go back. Whilst we're in this menu, Shay has some upgrades. So we've got sword and dagger sets, pistol sets and outfits. Have we got pistols? We must have pistols then. Because it's, yeah. I can have Edward Kenway's pistols. We're not going to do that. Mainly because I haven't seen yet in the story why we'd have them. So because of that, I'm not going to select them. There are certain things like that we'll end up having because we've done other games, and I don't really want to take them if we can help it. So the katana and wakizazi. This katana is a two-handed longsword used by samurai warriors of Japan. It was made available for an Animus modification. Again, I've got no reason to use it. I don't think it suits. I think we've got to go with what's here. Same as Altair's sword. This seems a weird one. Arnaud's sword as well. The sword favoured by French Revolution assassin Arnaud Durian. Made available for the Animus. So again, we won't be using swords that we shouldn't have. If that makes sense. And there'll be upgrades for the Morrigan as well to do. Let's have a quick look at these. Hull armour, broadside cannons. There's quite a few upgrades. Front colonnades. They stun enemies. Heavy shot mortar, burning oil. Ram upgrades, round shot strength, puckle gun. Puckle gun. I like the name of that. Explosive shot strength. Puckle gun cylinder. There's a lot more upgrades in this than Assassin's Creed 3, I think. There's all the storage. And we've got the harpoon in his back. Again, I did struggle a little bit of that previously. Wacky Zazzy is a term for shorter katana. Ah, okay. Thanks for the information. That's interesting. I'd never heard of that name before, to be fair. We have got appearance upgrades. We've got white sails, and I'm guarantee, yeah, we can have the jackdaw sails. We're not obviously going to use them. We can. We've got the Morrigan's figurehead. We can have the jackdaws, which we're not. We'll use the Morrigan's wheel, and jackdaw's wheels there as well. Okay, that's our training, I think, complete.
With these, you can keep your pistols close. Achilles has one more thing to show you.
So we go back to Achilles now to complete our training. So we haven't got any pistols at the minute. That's something we do need to grab. Hidden blades. Get hidden blades active for the minute. Yeah, we'll have to get some pistols from somewhere, I suppose. Alright, let's head back to Achilles. I think decent training. I think we did okay, to be fair. I think we passed most of them without any issues. Okay, is he in the house or is he out the back? Because he was out the back chatting last time, wasn't he? He's out the back, isn't he? I can't. Can we look in the house? Obviously, this is pre-Assassin's Creed 3. So I just wonder if the house would look different. Was kind of my thinking. Doesn't look that different, does it? It looks fairly similar to what it did, to be honest. I don't remember that table being there, though. It's been a while, though, to be fair. I know he's out the back. Is the secret tunnel here? Oh. Got to have a look down here, don't we? Whether we're meant to, I don't know. Hey, it's not opening. We obviously can't access it just yet. I was surprised it let us even use the action, to be honest. But I thought it was worth a look. Okay, where is Achilles? He's down here. Let's go and see Achilles and see what else he needs to tell us. Obviously this is still tutorial kind of area.
Shay, I hear you've become quite the marksman.
And we now have our pistols.
Generous gift. Thank you, mentor.
My ship awaits, Achilles. The people of Haiti will make good use of your supplies. I trust you will retrieve what has been lost.
Lost?
The Templars stole 2 precious artifacts. A manuscript of ancient wisdom and a box that allows one to understand its language.
I have tracked the Templar as far as this coast, but I fear the rest is up to you, my friend.
Farewell, Adewale. Whoever controls the artifacts can access precursor sites of power. We must recover them, or none are safe.
It's so cool seeing Achilles so young as well. Okay, I don't know how many we got through this one. Oh, we did. Didn't do the under 40 seconds. But as I say, if we get to the end of the story and we look at the trophies and go, well, actually, Platinum's not that bad, we'll go back and redo the ones we missed. It's not a massive issue. But we'll try and achieve the optionals as we go, where and when we can. Right, we do have some new database entries. We've got Hope Jensen, Adewale and Achilles. So we'll have a look at all 3 before we continue. So Hope Jensen, she was one of our trainers, born 1732. Hope was born in New York City to a modest family. Was placed in an orphanage after her parents died. She was adopted by a German couple who hoped to build a new life for themselves in the colonies. They symbolised this design in the name of their adopted daughter, Hope. Explains the name, doesn't it? Bath City. Okay, so someone is playing around with the database. Years of hard work finally paid off for Hope's father, who saw his business endeavours turn great profits, and her family rubbed elbows with New York's elite. But despite their wealth and best efforts to fit in, they're never truly accepted in New York's finer circles. Hope received a good education from private tutors and gradually realised that the world was unfair. In 1742, Hope's adopted father disappeared under mysterious circumstances, never to be seen again. Later that same year, her father's former business partners took control of the family business, leaving her adopted mother with nothing. Hope and her mother were destitute, forced to live on the streets. Hope's mother died after long and painful disease, despite Hope's best efforts at stealing food and medicine. Hope vowed never to depend on anyone ever again. Fun fact, life's not fair, but I gotta admire this girl's hustle. In 1746, Hope met Achilles, who was impressed by her survival instincts, pickpocketing skills, and strength of will. She was inducted into the Brotherhood a year later. Achilles ordered her to set up a network in New York City. Before long, Hope controlled most of New York's organised crime. So someone who's, when she wants something, she goes for it and achieves it by the sounds of it. So Adewale, we know about him from Black Flag. Some of this we'll probably already know, to be honest. Born in 1692, born to enslaved parents in Trinidad, Adewale was sold to the owner of a prosperous plantation before his teens. He escaped by joining a group of buccaneers who raided the plantation. Addy sailed with this group of men for many years, honing his skills as a sailor. In 1715, he was captured by Spanish authorities, who decided to send Adewale to Spain and loaded him into one of the galleons that made up their perennial treasure fleet. Thanks to a hurricane, as well as a young Welsh pirate named Edward Kenway, Addy escaped. Freeing more prisoners along the way, Addy and Edward commandeered a brigantine and set sail just in time to beat the worst of the storm. When the hurricane passed, Addy was free once more. Addy became the quartermaster aboard Captain Kenway's ship, the Jackdaw. Operating out of Nassau for a time, they grew wealthy off their spoils and lived the lives they'd always dreamed of. Addy was a man who valued the democratic ideals of this pirate community far above the spoils they acquired while living it. And as he saw Edward Kenway fall deeper into a spiral of selfish greed and pointless glory, he wondered if there wasn't a more noble cause he might adopt to suit his ideals. In 1716, Addy first encountered the assassins in Tulum. He returned in 1719, where he spoke with their mentor Al-Tabai and asked him many questions about their brotherhood. After hearing answers that pleased him greatly, Addy joined them. For the next 15 years, Adewale faithfully served the assassins, but in time he became increasingly troubled by memories of his past. In 1735, Addy's ship was caught in a storm and he washed ashore near Port-au-Prince. There he met Bastien Joseph and Augustin de Fort, whose passion drew him to Maroon cause. In the following years, he used his skills to help rebuild the Maroon resistance in Port-au-Prince. He fled Saint Domingo in 1737 after killing the governor Pierre Marquez de Fayette and returned to the assassins. If that last bit sounds familiar, that's because that's what we did in Assassin's Creed Black Flag in the DLC. That's why that might be quite familiar, to be fair. And then Achilles, we know about him obviously from Assassin's Creed 3. This will be a little bit more before all that. So he was born around 1710 but died in 1781, so he was 71 when he died. Achilles was born of Caribbean and British descent in the West Indies. In the mid-1730s, he was the last assassin recruited into the Brotherhood by its legendary mentor Al-Tabai. When his training was complete, Achilles was sent north to establish a Brotherhood in the American colonies. Achilles married a woman named Abigail and they had a son, Connor. Achilles established a homestead where his brother could settle before expanding throughout the frontier. He recruited several promising colonials, including Liam O'Brien, Chevalier Louis Joseph Gouffier de la Valandroy, hate that name, Kesagawasi, Hope Jensen, and finally Shay Cormac to the Brotherhood. Achilles strengthened the ties between the Brotherhood and the nations of the Iroquois Confederacy, particularly the Kanien'kehá:ka. Again, apologies for pronunciation. My pronunciation of everything is horrendous. Right, those are all the people seen. So our next mission, I believe, obviously we can explore. In fact, if we have a look at the map, that is the homestead. Although saying we can explore, there doesn't seem to be much here. There's no synchronization points by the looks of things. I thought there'd be some synchronization, but it doesn't seem to be. Okay, let's head down. And I think we're ready to set sail by the looks of things. We've got our pistols. So we now have our own pistols or a new holster. And let's see where Shay Cormac's life leads him next. As we kind of gathered from the start, I'm assuming his tale isn't one of joy, by the sounds of things, from the start he gave us. Right, let's speak to Liam.
Where to?
Wherever Templar affairs lead us.
Liam, it's not like you to set out without a plan.
Plan or no plan. We choose our own battlefield. And hey, we know most at ease when we're at sea.
Right you are. Let's set sail.
Right, we're at sea. We're in Halifax in 1752. Let's have a look on the old map and see where we're heading. So there's a few things to do around here. There's an undiscovered location there which might be worth looking at on the way to Tinker Sailor Soldier Spy. That's a brilliant name. So if you notice the map is the North Atlantic. So I don't think this is where we were. It was more Caribbean, wasn't it, when we was Black Flag? But yeah, on the way to here, we may as well have a little look at what that is. It's on the way. It seems to be on the way.
Let's hope it brings us closer to the artifacts.
Sir Achilles tasked you with this mission?
No. He tasked me to task you. You need to find what was stolen from Mac and Shay. You have to recover the precursor box of manuscript. This is your mission.
And what's yours?
Watch your arse.
Achilles doesn't really trust me, does he?
Give it time, Shay. Do this for him. For us. You'll do much more than earn his trust.
Liam, do you know what Achilles writes about? I see him in his office all the time, bent over his papers.
He keeps records and accounts. Studies what little is known about the pieces of Eden. And of course, he corresponds with assassins on other continents.
Of course. Liam, you can be a right horse's arse when it comes to assuming everyone knows the same as you.
Well, we're passing this anyway, so we might as well dock. We get the viewpoint, at least then that's done, and I'm assuming that would give us maybe a fast travel point, I'm guessing at this point. But we were passing anyway, it makes sense just to have a quick look. So there's 3 chests, 4 collectibles and 1 viewpoint. My plan is viewpoint. We can now fast travel back and forth here now, which is kind of what we needed. I'm assuming I need animals for upgrades. So we're here anyway. There is also a base here by the looks of things, of sorts. Beaver pelt. We now have a beaver pelt. Right. There's trees there. There's also something in the tree over there. I was trying to find a way up. There's a cross here as well. I think it's below us. There's a few things here. I was trying to find a way up to the viewpoint, to be fair. I don't know what the crosses are. So let's have a look at the cross first. It's going to... No, it's there. Let's see what it says. Dig. We've now found one of 20 Templar crosses. As I say, I don't know if we're going to be doing everything. It all depends on trophies, but we won't see them till quite late in. So while we're around places, we may as well do what we can. And as I say, we only stopped here. Animus fragment has been done. We only stopped here because I wanted to see if there's any enemies around the viewpoint, so we can come back more than anything else. Right, it's one chest. I think we got to head up to get to this viewpoint, don't we? Once we've got the viewpoint, we'll know exactly what we need to do. I don't want to spend loads of time on some of these islands this early days, but if we're passing, it makes sense to get what we can done and out the way. So it gives a better understanding of what we've got here. Again, similar to Black Flag as well, we're not going to attack ships indiscriminately. I don't see the point. If anything, it slows you down. Right, there's a couple of things here. As a war letter, I think while we're here, we may as well clear it, to be honest. Is it gonna... Yeah, I just think while we're here, we may as well do it. It's not going to tell me what I need, though, is it, for here? No. Yeah, since we're here anyway, it makes sense to do what we can. Okay, there is enemies here as well, so we do need to be a little bit wary. Obviously, I don't want to fire my guns unless we have to. There is a shard down there. This is from a cemetery by looks of things. There is also deer down here. Where's the deer? I was wondering if I could actually go for the deer from here. Probably a little bit too far away. Alright, we've got the fragment. I'm just looking at the deer. I think shooting would be a bad idea. So if I avoid shooting, can we grab the deer? Can indeed. Got to get the animals while we can. Obviously, we're going to need the upgrades at some point. So might as well take advantage of the fact there's some deer around. Right, let's head back up. There's a chest here, actually. It's in here. Some dead soldiers. There is a collectible as well while we're here. I believe there's this on the ground. It's a war letter. We haven't been told anything about those. Is there... the clerk. So these must be all about all these collectible letters. This one's the clerk. 1748, Monsieur de Abadi. I imagine you have questions about how it is you are no longer a prisoner of the British Empire, as you are deeply stupid. Let me explain it to you. Okay. Officially, your release is a minor footnote in the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle. Unofficially, I freed you. You are at best unremarkable and at worst irrelevant, not only to your country but to the history of the human race. Either way, you belong to me now. I am something of a businessman and I have a need of someone unremarkable. You will soon be granted a position in the Navy bureaucracy, and I will make use of what passes for your administrative skills. They certainly surpass your skills as a naval officer. To begin, you will be my eyes and ears. Small jobs for small pay. In time you will speak with my voice and your rewards will also get louder. I do not expect you to understand at present. All you need to know is this. You serve a noble purpose and a grand master. Charles Gabriel Sauvé, Baron de l'Esperance, Paris. Interesting one, that. I think, similar to Assassin's Creed 3, I know I've said Assassin's Creed 3 a few times, but obviously this is very similar to that. So for that reason, that's why I've said it so many times. We are going to see similar letters and things by the looks of things. Okay. There's two guards out of fire here. There is a guy walking around just there. I'm assuming that's weaponry. I need this guy to turn round. If I can get behind the other two as well, that's a double assassination bonus there. I say a bonus, I don't think we get anything for it, but why assassinate twice when you can do it once? Just had to wait for him to come near me. Okay. I think I can sneak to these two, but I don't know. Can I open that? He didn't see us, luckily. I don't know how he didn't see us. Come on. Come and investigate this weird whistling that you can hear, as we all would, wouldn't we? I'm sure. Okay, what's in the box? It wouldn't let me do anything a minute ago. Oh, ammunition. We're actually full at the minute, so it's not an issue. And that's the box done as well. Okay. I don't think we need to deal with the other guards because really we just need to climb back up the tree and get the shard, I think. Don't go down, I want to go up. Yeah, if we don't have to kill the other guards, then there's no point. So that's all the Animus fragments done. Glaze Bay collectibles are all done. That must be the area complete, surely. Is there any way to look at this to tell me it's done? There we go. Is it going to tell me? Obviously I can fast travel to it, but it doesn't tell me if I've done it all. It's not going to tell me if I've cleared it. I think I have. There's nothing else showing up, is there? So I'm pretty sure we've cleared it all. We can head back to our boat. No need to kill people that you don't need to kill. Save yourself time. Where's the best place to head towards? Let's go down this way. Actually, while we're here, can we do our first assassin's proper move? See if we can do the eagle dive. We've not done one yet. It makes sense to do it as we leave. Let's see if we can do it now. The first one of the game. There we go. Right, back to the boat it is. Area complete. As I say, we didn't spend too long. We don't kill unnecessarily. And we got everything we came for. A few new collectibles. Oh wow, freezing water will damage you over time. So avoid spending too long in water. Interesting.
I cannot help if Achilles wants me to be familiar with our counterparts in Europe and elsewhere.
Said like his favorite son.
Connor's his favourite, and only son.
Then Achilles is heir. Connor may inherit the house, but you'll be mentor.
We'll see.
Right, we are in a restricted area.
Say, Prince Regent of the Assassins.
You call me that again. I'll throw you in the ocean.
Obviously, if we can avoid a fight, we'll avoid a fight. But if we have to fight, we will. It doesn't really make much sense for the minute for us to fight anyone. But obviously if we have to, we will. And so I've left on the map. I've left a marker on the map. Although it's now not letting me take the marker off. Shows we did clear everything on the island at least. I've taken my marker off now. Hopefully it'll disappear. Yeah, I think it has. Love having shanties on. It's always nice to have it as you're just sailing somewhere. That is an enemy ship, but we're not in enemy waters anymore.
I believe that's Port Lejoie.
That is where we're heading. We will have to do some destroying ships at sea at some point because we'll need upgrades and things for the Morrigan. But at the minute, it doesn't make much sense to go off and do it. Have we been shot at? No. Are they destroying the ship behind us? Yeah, I think they just shot the ship behind us. Right, let's go and dock in here and see what's next. I think this mission was Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, if I remember correctly.
Let's get moving.
Who's tops and royals?
Douse the gallants and royals.
Douse the mizzentops.
Reef. Shorten all sail.
Stop the ship. There's also a few things to clear here. But we'll concentrate on the mission to start with and see where that takes us. Obviously we're here for a couple of minutes, so we may as well try and get everything done. And here is our contact. Right, Tinker Sailor, Soldier Spy begins.
Trust me, you will sell those lobster by the ton in France. Ah, the cabbage farmer has returned. About time. We have a lead on that curious manuscript.
I'd be surprised if you can read it.
No one can read it, imbecile. This is why the Templar are taking so long with it. But one of our allies has caught a glimpse of their work.
A pirate?
A spy who worked with the pirate. We set sail for Anticosti. That should prove a good test for this floating cesspit you call a ship.
Sounds like we're taking the Morrigan then.
How
Or as he calls
trustworthy
it,
are the pirates?
a floating
Consider
cesspit.
them brothers, Shay. When the time comes, they will lend aid and help us fight the Templars. If only the roast beef would realize the Templars were pulling their strings.
Are the Templars truly in control in the colonies?
Not quite, but their influence reaches far and wide.
So that's
What about
a
the spy we're meeting?
friendly ship, the blue one.
You need not worry about Le Chasseur. He is loyal to the Brotherhood. As it happens, he also has friends in both the French and English fleets. And he knows more about what goes on in these parts than you can ever hope to learn.
So Liam, what can
What?
you tell me about Adewale?
I want to talk,
You
but I don't like
obviously
talking
admire
over
the man.
than talking.
I had the honor of working with him once. I've never known anyone who'd done so much for our cause. It's much more than that.
Adewale was already a legend before joining the Brotherhood. He was a pirate. The scourge of the West Indies, rubbing elbows with the likes of Blackbeard, Woodes Rogers, and Calico Jack Rackham.
Calico who?
Oh, read a book, will you?
About 20 years ago, Adewale intercepted a Templar convoy and stole a mysterious package. We traveled to Port-au-Prince and entrusted it to a woman he believed was loyal to our cause.
Let me guess. She wasn't.
She was, very much so. The package eventually found its way to Francois Macandal, mentor of the Haitian Brotherhood.
Yeah, I don't know. They're having a conversation, so I kind of don't want to interrupt that. But there's also the history. Adewale, what he's been up to. Right, we now have access to the spyglass. And we're looking around for a Royal Navy schooner. I completely forgot what button it said was the actual spyglass. I know that's really not helpful. What's the guessing? It's that one. Which was the spyglass?
There, Captain.
No.
An English vessel. And she looks to be in trouble.
That's fine indeed.
Incapacitated Royal Navy schooner don't lose more than 50% of health during
Let's
boarding.
not be too hasty. She's full of crown cargo. Take a look through your spyglass and see for yourself.
I would.
Sight.
Ah, up. There we
I
go.
say this is a good day to lighten King George's pockets.
That's what we're after.
Be careful. A few shots should be enough to cripple her.
Obviously, we just got to incapacitate.
It all spoils.
We can board and loot her before the crew knows what we've done.
And we can't lose more than 50% of health during the boarding. Yep. Is that enough health to go on for boarding? Maybe. Incapacitated ship. When a ship is on fire and becomes incapacitated, you can either get close and hold to board, or get all its cargo, shoot to sink it, and get half its cargo.
Captain, hold your fire.
I'm holding
Don't want
fire.
To sink her.
Right.
Now's the time. Let's board her.
We've got to board the schooner. I think the optional was don't lose more than 50% of your health during boarding, which we'll be careful. Right, let's go on board the ship.
I'll enjoy this.
Show them what's for, Captain.
Our first boarding of Assassin's Creed Rogue.
For the Morrigan.
I've got no guns. Normally we'd fire guns at them from the ship, but obviously we haven't got any yet. This ship isn't as packaged up like the Jackdaw was. Very early days Jackdaw still had guns on the sides. I don't think I can shoot. Can I shoot? Well, probably can. One down. Two dead. We need to take out 5 crew. You know what? I might not even have to go on the ship. Nice headshot. I missed him. I haven't got my sword out, but it doesn't matter. We took him down. I forgot I hadn't equipped my sword. Just still with the assassin blades. To be fair, that's probably a mistake. Okay, we got 10 wood, 30 metal, 6 burning oil, and 1 crew member. We'll repair the Morrigan. I'm assuming we can send ships out similar to Black Flag as well. Would be my thinking, possibly. We'll see. Nothing's been said about that yet.
The sea between here and Anticosti is rough, Captain. We should strengthen the Morrigan before going any further. There's a harbour master station nearby. We can spend our new wealth on improvements.
I didn't realize there was a brotherhood in Haiti.
Yes. Francois McCandle is their mentor. He gathers many of his assassins from the ruins.
So we've been encouraged to upgrade the ship.
Slaves and their children, right?
They are. A shame, though. They escaped terrible conditions only to be killed in that earthquake.
But Haiti's a French colony now.
Aye, it is.
And here, the assassins are helping King Louis. But in Haiti, the French own the slaves who are set free by the assassins.
Our struggle is beyond political borders, Shay.
Anticosti shouldn't be far. Keep us on course, Captain.
So we're going to go here, upgrade the ship, as has been suggested.
Small fishing village.
Is this the place? It's nothing but fishermen and their gear.
What did I just hit?
Persay and fishing go hand in hand.
I hit something by sounds of it.
Purposes well enough. The French fish these waters first, but King George is laying claim to more every year. The locals are caught in the middle.
Right, we docked the ship. We're going to upgrade the ship with the Harbour Masters. Whilst here, we might as well grab the viewpoint. This will be able to be fast travel back to anyway. Thanks for the like, was much appreciated. So yeah, we will be able to come back. Depending how much there is to clear, whether we do it now or not, I don't know. But obviously, no. There's no point doing it now, as there's 2 things we need to progress further to do. But whilst here, I don't think I can. I was going to grab the viewpoint, but I don't think we can. So we're going to do a ship upgrades instead. If you upgrade your ship with the Harbour Masters, you will need resources. Fine, we're doing various activities, boarding ships, looting supply camps, looting outposts, and capturing settlements. Thanks for the like, that was much appreciated. Okay, we're going to do 2 upgrades, I believe, cannons and hull.
What will you be needing today, then?
I need to upgrade my hull and my cannons, please. So the hull armour, yeah, should be fine. 10 metal, 500 pounds. I was wondering why it's in pounds for a minute. Seems a bit cheap, doesn't it? New hull armour applied, and we've got a broadside cannons as well. To be fair, we needed them. We only had like 4 cannons on the top of the ship. Okay. So yeah, there's no point clearing this island while we're here, because by the looks of it, you've got to come back anyway later on. So we'll hold off for this point. It makes no sense to do it and then have to come back and do more. And it should be an auto travel now. I believe you can auto travel to places you've visited once, if I remember correctly. Okay. Back to the wheel it is. You guys just stand around. Don't you worry. Okay, carry on with the quest. We're going to sail to the fort. That's where we're heading.
The chasseur is waiting for us. The sea between here and Anticosti is rough, Captain. The Morrigan seems sturdy enough for the challenge.
Glad it seems sturdy enough. That's why we just did the upgrade. You asked us to. Right, I will go at full speed, but I want to try and see if we can pick up some of this abandoned stuff as we go.
Ships ahoy!
Okay, this may. I'll slow down again now. Because there's a lot of enemy ships. Why are they just fishermen?
These waters are full of
enemy ships!
They're sinking the fishing boats.
You must believe those fishermen strayed into their waters. These cowards must pay.
And would you look at that? Standing right in our way.
Right, we're going to sink them all.
What say you?
There is a side objective within 3 minutes.
For once, I find myself agreeing with
5 ships to destroy and sink. They've just sank all the fishermen. I think we're too far away to do any real damage. Maybe not. That was not a bad shot.
Briefing on tops.
Didn't really get a clean shot there. Right, I think that's one down. It did say within 3 minutes to do these with him. Whether that's I'll do it or not, I don't know. I need to brace more, don't I? I think that's going to be a very quick lesson. I've got to brace a lot more than I am. That was a direct hit.
Be careful, Captain. They're firing, sir.
I know they're firing.
Awaiting orders, sir.
Report. What's your status?
Yeah, I'm turning the wrong way. Can we ram this one? We could ram it. That worked out quite well. Right. We've done it. And the optional. That was actually better than I thought. The ship doesn't handle fantastically. I will say that now.
Maybe he'll have the whole thing figured out for us.
Compare that. Are they...
Oh, this Caesar.
Are they things to pick up, or are they bombs in the sea?
Salt air, open skies. A man out on the ocean is as free as a man can be. What do you say, Liam?
There's things to pick up. So I just needed to make sure we could pick these up because I didn't want them to be bombs or anything.
The Templars stick to this continent like tar. Don't feel liberated until we pry them off.
Seems to me we should just talk to them like men instead of skulking around.
And would you smile and wish them a good day as they lay their boot on your neck?
Of course not.
They're murder bastards.
Right, where are we heading?
Never forget.
We have nothing in common with that, of course.
So not a bad fight. Like I say, I would say the Morrigan handles a lot worse than the Jackdaw. What's that? I don't know what that is. That's a frigate.
That ship looks empty.
That ship looks empty. Why is it empty? I know it's saying it's good to 4, I'm curious now. And they mentioned it, so let's have a look. Oh, I think it's already been destroyed, hasn't it? That's a frigate. I can't board it though. So we got half the loot because we sank it. I don't know why we've suddenly got a timer come on as well, which isn't helping. Not sure why the timer's on us. I kind of feel like there's something wrong there. This is where we're heading.
Anticosti. Le chasseur should be there. And with any luck, he will know where to
Timer's
find
gone.
the manuscript.
Right, we're here. Did a few things along the way.
Briefing on tops. Blew up.
Dock the ship here, Captain. We've arrived at Anticosti Island.
Right, we're off to see our spy. Obviously, we don't know how long the story is either. We will focus on main story as much as possible, though if we get a chance to clear things as we go, we'll do that as well. Right, this is Anticosti. There's one viewpoint. There's a few collectibles here. But at the minute, we're focused on main story. We can fast travel back here when we want to now.
Here is terrible. Let me see. That's not rum.
There are guards here, but they're in orange. I'm assuming that doesn't mean they're enemies. And there's an alarm bell. No one's really getting upset with us, so I think we're okay. Cannon fire going off nearby by the sounds of it. Well, while they're on our side, let's not antagonise anyone. Okay. Our spy is through here.
Louis Joseph, how goes the fur trade? Not well enough to put beef on my family's plates.
If you want beef, raid more British brigs. They're loaded down with barrels.
Oh yes, they're Irish farms.
Can't listen to their conversation.
Meat, don't they? Well, that is smart management. Far.
I interrupted the conversation. I should have waited.
I borrowed these plans from a Royal Navy ship of the line. They are like nothing I have ever seen.
Good. We could use some more powerful weapons. Le Chasseur, allow me to present our associate, Shay Cormac.
Gentlemen,
associate.
I have news. On this same ship, I spied the manuscript you seek. It was written in an exotic language I did not recognize and was full of drawings, plants, and animals out of an opium dream.
Were there no charts, no maps?
No. There may have been some kind of code, but neither I nor the roast beefs could ken it.
Where's the manuscript now?
The man who brought it said a man named Washington sent him.
I know that name. He's an important Templar, isn't he?
He is. Lawrence Washington has great ambitions that Templars have helped fulfill. Shay, let's return and find him. You, sir, have our thanks.
Right, we need to find Washington by the sounds of things. So that's mission complete. Always nice to get 100% sync. Okay. Where are we heading next? That's the question, isn't it? Now, obviously we are here and we can clear things, but where are we actually heading? So we're heading down here to North America. So I wondered, is there more than one map by the end of this, maybe? I want to get the viewpoint one. I'm begrudged to leave a viewpoint behind. Saves. Free the hostages without being detected. The hostages aren't a big deal. I just want whether this collectible is, to be fair. Mainly because I'm not sure. It hasn't really been explained what this collectible is. So I'm now really curious and want to go and grab it. If it will allow me to. Normally, you'll hear a ringing sound and nothing is showing up. It may be because obviously... Ah, there is something there. Dig. I was waiting for it to make a noise, but it didn't. A Viking sword. Gold 15 shards. And we actually can go and go for the treasure. That's part of a quest item as well. Go into that. Okay. Obviously there's a guard on there. Our viewpoint is up there. I would like to get the viewpoint if we can. So the guard could be an issue. I don't know if he will be an issue actually. He's currently facing us. Give him a chance to turn around. I know we could save the hostages, but I'm also not that fussed about them. And that sounds really bad. My aim was just a viewpoint, and that hasn't worked either, to be fair. We're not in the viewpoint, so he's actually not going to go after us, is he? This guy might. Because that guy could have gone after us there. I just want the viewpoint. I know there's a shard there and everything else. I just thought, whilst here, grab the viewpoint and it saves us doing it and come back. Might say, leave the viewpoint and we'll come back and do it later. The viewpoints... I bet I can't do what I want to do here, can I? No. Okay, we got the shard, we were there, it made sense. Might leave the viewpoint for the time being. We're going to come back here any time. I've got a feeling the story's going to bring us back anyway, I think. Just the way it seems to sound. Although, saying that, I don't want to bother too much with the guards and all that if we can avoid them. Why did I not jump up? Maybe we'll get it now. Can we climb up this? Still worked out what we can and can't climb, that's the thing. Nope. Okay. We're not going to get it now, because I've got to find a way in. By the looks of things. Well, they're saying that. No, okay. Right, let's just get our way out of here. There's no point. We're just messing around doing nothing really, aren't we? Climb back up. Right, where are we actually heading? Let's actually get this over. So we've got a sail, don't we? So, can I not... I know there's stuff to pick up, but we'll come back. I wondered if we could fast travel to a ship. We can't. Is that too big a drop? Well, let me drop down either, is it? That's what happens when you try and go and do other things. Right, let's go back to our ship now. We'll come back and do viewpoint and everything else that's still here to do at a later date. I think story at the minute makes sense to continue with, rather than running around trying to clear everything. We do try and clear what we can when we can, but it makes sense. We can fast travel back at any point, can't we? So we'll hold off for the time being. And let's just head to the North America. I would guess we're coming back here in the future as well, to be fair.
Wherever this Lawrence Washington docks his arse.
Liam, you're finally getting into the spirit of things.
He's a temper and a politician. What's there to like?
Good. Hoist anchor. Where does Chevalier get off ordering us around like that? We're assassins, same as him.
He's more experienced and he knows these waters better, Shay. That makes him in charge in these parts.
Well, he commands me around back at the homestead too. Is he a truffle pig to know land better than me?
Show some respect, Shay.
He ought to respect me, Liam. I stick my neck out as much as any of us.
Yeah, twice as often it seems. That's just the thing. Chevalier hangs back and thinks before making a decision. His experience has earned him that right.
I wonder how much more experience I'll need before I can decide when to wake up or take action. I swear, Liam, sometimes I feel I was more grown up when we were children. We slept rough and scrounged for meat, but at least we decided where and when.
The Shay seems a bit fed up with how he's being treated currently. And also the fight we saw going on there, I don't think we're high enough to help because they were Briggs at level 17. So I didn't want to go in and find we shouldn't be doing that. It's too high a level at the minute. We're very early days, aren't we? So I kind of decided not to go for it. So we're going to continue with the story. River Valley is where we're heading next in the North Atlantic. About half an hour, so we've got plenty of time. For those that aren't aware, obviously we've gone back to the Assassin's Creed after our Horizon Platinum. Once we finish this one, we'll have 2 more to do, plus the side scrollers, and then that's the whole franchise done on the channel. This seems a bit different, doesn't it? Right, well, that's where we're heading.
Let's move.
There's also somewhere there. So we are now slightly different area. That's Greystone. Deckenweeder. These are friendly as well. Mainly collectibles. So more than one map then. Pleasant surprise. I wasn't expecting that, to be fair.
Studs out. Let's get moving.
This was certainly the Greystone. The French took over after it was ransacked by bandits.
So the French have taken over.
Have their home in Two Bends. Ahead, sir.
Right, let's go and dock the ship and see what we have here.
Blues up. These are sticks.
Oh, we can actually see the new guns on the ship now as well. Well, new cannons. I should say, not really guns, are they? They're cannons. I think we had 4 previously. Now I have 6 by the looks of things. Right, so this is Two Bends. Obviously, there's 2 chests and a couple of collectibles. We're here for the story as well. If we do come across a collectible, we'll grab it. But there is other things to come back for here, it seems, as well. As it says, it's a progress story. While we're here, let's just see if we can do any more upgrades. I don't know if we can. Well, how much we got of what? Well, we got bits and pieces. Do you want to... it's £200 to repair the ship. That's quite a lot of money. Probably should, shouldn't I? I don't know if we've got anything to sell. Sell cargo. Tobacco is a popular expensive money that you can sell for a price. So we can sell our tobacco. Stone is used to renovate buildings. We'll have to do some buildings by the sounds of things then. Cloth is used to upgrade sails. Metal is used for cannons and hull. And wood is a hull and a ram. So tobacco is the one thing we can sell. Whilst here, let's repair the ship. I was going to do an upgrade if we can. But I think the ship being repaired is probably important, unless there's anything else. Ammunition, it's a bit expensive to refill the ammunition at this point. Don't think we can do any upgrades looking at that. No, they're all quite expensive for the minute. Let's see if we've got crew storage. No. So we'll hold off. We'll save some money and go from there. Right, it's an activity we don't know what it is yet. We've got to progress further in the story, which is fine. We're only here because the story wants us to be. Okay, is there a viewpoint here? It's normally my first port of call is a viewpoint. Not by the looks of it, strangely. Normally there is. But yeah, doesn't look like there's a viewpoint here, which is weird. That's your weapon shop by the looks of things. We again probably can't afford anything there. There's an ammunition box over here. I'll also make use of the free ammunition while we're here. Doesn't cost us anything. Saves us doing it ourselves. Actually, you know, making the ammunition ourselves. Saves us that, really. And eventually it normally costs you money and supplies, so we'll take the free ammo where and when we can. Okay, this is our meeting point. By invitation only. Let's see what Liam has to say for himself.
The Templars desire to understand the nature of these artifacts. Their spies have called upon many doctors and other learned people in New York.
They have also approached many tribes with questions.
Yeah, they've been showing that manuscript far and wide. No one can read the strange writing or understand the images. We do have a name, though.
We learned that Lawrence Washington sent out the manuscript.
Lawrence Washington. Businessman, Virginian politician, and high-ranking Templar.
Ah, yes. I recently heard he was back from the West Indies. One of my men saw his major domo pick up a strange package.
Then that package will be delivered to him promptly. Shay, figure out what it is and find Washington. And when you do, learn all you can.
I'll prepare the Morrigan.
Right. Simple as that. Locate the guy, Washington, and learn all we can. Now, I'm assuming we can fast travel back here now because we've already visited once. We will come back in the future to clear everything. Okay, where are we heading?
Captain has the wheel.
Right, we need to locate the shipment.
Well, if we've any luck, that ship will lead us right to him.
There's the main. I make my own luck, Liam. And Washington is running out of his.
Okay, there's a couple of ships here we've got to be a bit wary of.
These waters are full of enemies.
It's a gunboat. There's a couple more just here. There we go. We have found it already.
There she is. All right, man. Time to be quiet.
Lawrence Washington is a powerful businessman.
We've got to tail the ship.
And a leading Templar. We lost track of him about a year ago. I recently learned he was in Barbados, but I haven't been able to confirm that. Now,
Am I too far away, I think?
Now you think he had something to do with the theft of the artifacts, don't you?
So the speed up a bit to try and get a bit closer.
Haiti's a short voyage from Barbados, and his return to the colony certainly coincides with the arrival of the artifacts. We cannot let the Templars get control of these colonies. Whatever happens, Lawrence Washington must not survive.
I'll make sure he doesn't.
Reduce distance. I'm trying to reduce distance, but I'm also trying to be not seen. Wasn't a massive fan of tailing missions in ships previously. So I think we're going to have the same issues again. Trying to keep a good speed, but also trying not to get seen is difficult.
A blockade, Captain! This won't do. Shay, you must follow that ship on land.
I'll do that. Bring the Morrigan around another way.
There we go. We're going to follow
and find Washington
from land.
There's all sail.
Anchor away.
Sub-blockade.
And remember what I said, Shay. Washington must die.
Washington must die. So we're going to tail the fleet by foot. This will be a test of Shay's parkour skills, won't it? I did wonder if we needed to go higher, but at the minute I think it's okay. He's not the fastest at parkour, is he? That's something I have noticed. He's a little bit slower than we're probably used to. But he's okay. Seems to be docking, or is it still moving? It's still going. Well, I think we've done a good job of tailing it on land, to be fair. May get a little bit different now, there's enemies around. Right, we're going to loot the package. That's the quest, that's the mission. Silent is obviously our aim.
Aye.
So we need to get on that ship without being seen and as silently as possible now. Do we go backwards and swim out, maybe? There was guards there as well, though. I just wonder if maybe a swim would be the ideal way of dealing with this. Several guards here, that's the problem. Alright. I can't... That guy's gonna... I don't want the second guy to come looking. Cool. That's fine. gonna be good. That's one guy down. That guy's gonna come back in a sec. We'll whistle him as well. Why are the other guards turning around? Carry on patrolling. Suddenly turned, I was thinking, oh, they're going to come for us. This has to be a double assassination, I would guess. An opportune time. Whistle something we haven't really done much in Assassin's Creed games. I know it's there. It's something that I always forget to do, to be fair. I think this one requires you to use it probably a little bit more than we used to. I wonder if we can do a double assassination from above just there. Running up the side of the building might be our way forward there. I need this guy to come more towards us. I think he's going to. That's the way to take someone down. I'm running assassination. Always a good way of dealing with people. Right, if we go high here, I'm thinking we can double assassinate these two. I'm assuming they can't see me at the minute.
I don't really care, but don't let the commander catch you. Contraband? Oh, it's just coffee.
That was a nice double assassination by the end of that. Obviously, we're looting. We haven't got much money at this point, so for any upgrades and stuff, we're going to need money. Right, are we still got to work our way through the town? I think we do. So we'll go back high again. Minute, height is always the way to go. I've been seen.
I've a clear shot.
Yeah, that hasn't gone to plan, has it? And I haven't got swords out either.
Clear shot on him. We're not losing that one.
Oh, he's down. I just kicked him off. I just haven't used swords. I just kept them on. Didn't quite go to plan, but we survived it. It's the important part. Right, we need to get on board that ship. I'm assuming we can just go running in, but obviously that isn't the assassin way, is it? Someone's found a body, or two people have found bodies there. If we have to assassinate, we'll have to do so. We should be right. Over the trees? Possibly. Obviously leaving bodies behind isn't really good for us. Sometimes you don't have much choice, do you? Okay, there is obviously people here. I haven't got any tools. That's something we've got to think about. Yeah, that wasn't exactly intended. I'm going to try and do a corner assassination. Alright, there is a guy here. There's a guy on there as well. Obviously, the more people we take out, the easier getting into the ship will be and getting out again afterwards as well. He's just seen a body. Okay, we're taking down his friend. Come over here. Did you hear him? Find someone convenient to pin this on. Right, well he's checking that over there. Can't not grab the chest while we're here, can we? Well, men on the ship, remember, so we've got to be a bit wary. I think we're just going to get straight into a fight by the looks of things. There may have been a sneaky way of doing this, I'm not sure. I could get my sword out as well, actually, to be fair. I didn't use my sword, I probably should have done. I'm going to loot everyone and then grab what we need from here. The reason we're here in the first place. Yeah, we could have done that a lot sneaker than we did, but it still works out. Luckily. That's down there, that's fine. Where is what we're after? It's over here. This is what we're looting. Let's have a look.
What's this? A rifle.
It's a rifle indeed.
You there? Stay.
It's an air rifle.
Where? You.
Let's go dancing it.
How can that be? It makes no
Now
sense.
we've got that, that'll make life a lot easier.
Thanks for the present, Master Washington.
Right. The air rifle is an efficient, silent ranged weapons can use sleep or berserk darts, as well as grenades and firecrackers. Purchase darts and grenades in general stores or craft them from your inventory.
This is a strange surprise. Not quite what I was expecting.
Okay, we've got to make
find Washington.
guards berserk. Is the optional. While it's here, let's loot the guy. So we've got sleep darts currently equipped. Obviously we want to be going berserk. It tells us we need 4 berserk people, I think. So that's what we're going to do. Obviously there's fireworks going off. So we've got to try and use that cover, I suppose, to get in there. It's a chest dump. Right. Keep an eye out for enemy. And whilst keeping an eye out for enemy, try and get to where Washington is. I'm curious to how many people we can make. We need to make people go berserk, which is going to be, I don't know, hard to do at a distance. Although, it does draw attention away from us. I'm not here. Alright, he's gone berserk. They've both gone berserk. I think they'll fight me though, won't they, if I'm not careful. So I'm just waiting for everyone else to come near. To get these 4 enemies in with berserk darts now, it's job done, isn't it? There we go. So that's the side quest done already. I would personally prefer to use the sleep darts. Personally. It's kind of why I wanted to do it ahead of time, and that's done. He's shooting other people as well. That's fine by me. The effects are wearing off. Off we go. Okay. No enemies coming up by the looks of things. But yeah, we've done the optional objective fairly simply. There's probably harder ways of doing that. But why make it hard for yourself? Well, there's something here to pick up. Under this stone. This is under the letters. Let's have a quick look. Arranged marriage seems to be the letter. So, 1748, Grandmaster Birch. My informants in Port-au-Prince tell me that Macandole shares your interest in relics from the first civilization. He collects them. There are whispers of something called the Heart of the Brotherhood, a fragment of a larger relic that was stolen by a slave woman named Jean, who had ties to members of his brotherhood. Jean was then sold to a merchant last year, but as luck would have it, that merchant is Philippe Olivier de Grand Prix, or his rival business company here in New Orleans. If you use your influence in the world of economics to dampen his financial prospects, I believe I can secure a relationship through marriage and the promise of renewed stability in his business. As always, I appreciate your faith in me. May the Father of Understanding guide you. Madeleine Delisle, New Orleans. So names we are familiar with from previous Assassin's Creeds. While we're here, let's see if we can grab the viewpoint. We're here anyway. No guards here, so I'll take that. Alright, we've got to locate Lawrence Washington. Don't fall down. Thank you. Locate Lawrence Washington and then take him out, by the sounds of it. We did this before, didn't we? We did berserk darts on enemies, the assassination enemies, and it worked perfectly. It might be something we try. We've only got one berserk dart left, to be fair. It might be something to try. Well, we have got a treasure chest in there. Whether or not we aim for it, I'm not sure. Don't get detected. I was not allowed to be detected at the garden party. And we've got to find Washington. Well, he's not here. Let's put it that way. We cannot be detected. I wasn't expecting that, to be fair. That's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? So, sleep darts, definitely our friend. We'll probably use berserk darts on Washington if we don't get a clear shot. But for the time being, we need to sneak in without being seen, detected. Obviously, there is a guy there. Okay. Come on. I need no one else to be looking, though. Oh. We're about to get seen. No.
I need to get to Washington first. Then I'll worry about the...
Desynced because we were detected. My own fault, I whispered, and then I saw a guy walking towards us. The problem is I whispered, so he's always going to come and investigate. So that was a mistake on my part there. Maybe a berserk dive. I've only got one left. Maybe the one to use there. Possibly. Yeah, mistake on my part. We have already synchronized, I believe, but just in case we haven't, we'll just double check we have done it. I'm pretty sure we have. I've got sleep darts. Just to reduce the amount of people walking around, maybe. Or a good old berserk dart. Let's do a berserk. Has that reloaded? Yeah, we've got full berserk darts again. Okay, well that makes life simple, doesn't it? I didn't think we'd have full berserk darts once again, but we have. So this guy is now walking towards us. He's now gone berserk. Hopefully he doesn't kill any innocents. Any normal civilians. If that's the case, he did not last long, did he? Right, big guy's now gone berserk. My thinking was he should take a few of them out with him. It's not really going that way. They're all killing him easily. Why not killing you? So the person berserk isn't really killing anyone. Everyone else is killing them. Is he going to take him out as well? They're just not lasting long, are they? Right, it's now 4-on-1. Can he survive? Can he take him out himself? It's 3-on-1, I believe, now. That's not too bad. You knocked 2 out there. I think you did alright. Just seemed a bit slow. Right. So this guy is now there. The other guy is still around. While we're here, I might as well grab the treasure. Let me get this guy a bit closer. Quick whistle in. Come here. Come a little closer, please. I can't do it from there. I can from there, though. Good evening, Crazy Irishman. Hello to the wife as well. How are you both? Right, we know there's one more guard here. Just wanted to see where he's going to come out. Once, if he comes back out to this edging and then turns around and goes back again, we know we can get behind him. I don't think I can whistle, get him close to us now. By saying that, I should have probably popped out then. Thank you for the like, that was much appreciated. Right, so we just got to get into this garden party. Don't be detected. Most of the guards got taken out for us. Good old berserk darts.
I need to get to Washington first. Then I'll worry about the artifacts.
Right, where is this guy? Is he? He's currently there. If he goes left, we'll sneak behind him and grab him that way. That'll do it on the run. There we go. Right, the chest is now ours. Not that we have to do it now, but we're here. And now, we've got to find Washington. Now again, can we get high? Because obviously I don't want to get seen by guards. Right, where is he? Ah, there's someone there. I think he's under that balcony there. I'm being seen as well, aren't I? Okay, we can use air rifle to take down enemies from afar. I think he's underneath that veranda. That's him there. I'm pretty sure that's him. Let's get in the bushes and just hide for a second. There should. There we go. Definitely found him now.
Brother.
You saw your update video. Thank you for watching that.
I am fine, George.
It's tied off along there, I bet.
Be a good host for my sake. Go to the wine cellar and get something special for our guests.
I will. Gentlemen?
Okay, what we're going to do, we're just started to overrun the stream now.
My brother is
but we'll finish this mission. Because I believe that's going to be an autosave.
Before I depart this life, please leave him in peace. He should have nothing to do with the troubles of the Templar cause.
We all respect that sentiment, sir.
So I don't want to talk over these. I'll answer your question in a sec, Crazy Irishman.
Master Smith, are you ready to leave on your voyage?
Aye, sir. I shall return with answers.
Master Wardrop, are you likewise engaged with the manuscript?
Yes, sir. We will soon know its meaning.
Then I bid you take your leave.
So he's not well, is he?
Washington can barely stand on his own 2 feet. Better be right about him, Liam. Because I'm about to murder a dying man.
We are about to murder a dying man. We'll have a quick look at the Animus database information on Lawrence Washington. We have got a bit about George Washington as well. We are overrunning, so I want to finish the mission before we stop. Obviously, that's an autosave. If and when you move, would you move to bungalow? I'd assume so, yeah. It's got to be somewhere that's not got stairs. The likelihood of being able to adapt my house is very small. I got the medical report through today, and there's lots of words in there that obviously help the case, like life-changing injuries, significant disadvantage on the open labour market once medical retirement is done, and obviously the accommodation specialists need to come around, assess the accommodation. Obviously, if there's nothing they can do to my current accommodation to make it easier for me to go upstairs and use half the house I don't currently use, then I've got to look at moving. We've got to look at moving somewhere. But again, I don't know. We're not going to downsize. That's the thing. So it's kind of, hopefully it happens, because I'd love to have a proper streaming room and all that good stuff. But at the same time, we're not going to move someone for the sake of doing it. I'll deal with the fact I don't go upstairs. That's fine. Luckily for me, my bathroom's on the ground floor. If it wasn't for that, I don't know how I'd have managed the last 18 months. Right, let's try and get this finished quickly. We can have a chat afterwards. I just want to get this done so we can finish, basically. So Lawrence Washington, born 1718, died 1752. Lawrence Washington was born in Virginia and was a mentor of sorts to his more famous half-brother, George Washington. Lawrence was educated in England, where he recruited into the Templar Order by Grand Master Reginald Birch. Lawrence returned to Virginia in 1738 to oversee his father's plantation on the Potomac River, and also to seek out precursor relics. In 1739, the British Parliament created an infantry for its American colonies to use in their conflict in Spain and the West Indies. Lawrence Washington arrived in Jamaica in 1741 and saw action expeditions across Cartagena, New Granada, Cuba and Panama. Many casualties in these conflicts were the result of disease rather than violence. Because he arrived in the tropics early, he managed to survive fewer fevers. He managed to survive fevers that decimated the other American colonists. Upon his return to the American colonies, Washington became a militia commander at the rank of major. Washington married Anne Fairfax in 1743, and in 1747, he, his father-in-law, and other prominent businessmen began to work together with the goal of opening trade to the American interior. Lawrence was diagnosed with tuberculosis and travelled to Barbados with his younger brother George in an attempt to help his health. Well, that explains the coughing, doesn't it? George caught a minor case of smallpox, and Lawrence used the opportunity to travel to Port-au-Prince on Templar business. Lawrence returned to his Mount Vernon home in July 1752, where he died from his disease. His younger brother George eventually inherited and took over management of the Mount Vernon plantation. So although we're here to assassinate him, obviously that didn't really happen. Some things they do include are historically correct. At least they've explained how he really died. I like when they do that. We do know a little bit about George Washington from the Assassin's Creed 3 game. Born 1732, died 1799. George Washington was born in Virginia to a family of moderately prosperous tobacco planters. When Washington's father died, his older half-brother Lawrence became his role model. Lawrence married Anne Fairfax, whose father, Colonel William Fairfax, exerted a great influence on George Washington. The Fairfax family helped launch George Washington's career as a government surveyor. In 1751, George travelled to Barbados with Lawrence, who suffered from tuberculosis. George caught a minor case of smallpox, which sickened and scarred him, but saved him from a worse disease later in life. A year later, Lawrence returned from the tropics in Virginia, where he died, leaving George in control of the family plantation. Washington inherited his brother's position as an adjutant, can never say that word, and became a major in the army. In 1754, militiamen under his command ambushed a French patrol who were encroaching a nearby fort and became the first battle of the French and Indian War. Later that same year, Washington surrendered to the French at the Battle of Fort Necessity, but mistakenly signed documents saying their commander was assassinated. Fun fact, Washington's allies fired first and without provocation. This guy was cursed from the get-go. As I say, we did learn quite a bit about him previously. Right, it does say optional objective is to kill him while blended. And also, we can't get seen. If we get detected, it's game over, we start again. I've got to find a way to get in with people around us, so that way we don't get seen. I'd like those ladies to move, but I don't think they're going to. I know there's something up there. I don't want to get on the roof. I just can't see that's helping us blend in, is it? But I may not have a choice. I wonder if these girls will help us. Girls, women. We are blending.
George is quite the rum fella, is he not?
Oh, do not get your hopes up.
Just walked up to two women and they start walking with me.
That hussy! What if her husband finds out?
Hussy?
Don't unblend.
George is the one sending her billet-doux.
Don't unblend. If we unblend, we're in trouble. That's the thing. There's guards everywhere, so we cannot get unblended.
George is quite the rum
I would like them to keep walking round.
He has eyes only for Sally Fairfax.
Why do we keep getting unblended? I can't. There you go. I've just sped up a little bit for walking. I think that's helped, actually speeding up. We need to get through there though. And unless these ladies walk that way, I can't see us getting through there to see Lawrence. Or they walk through.
I've mortgaged everything to bring in new hands from Dowling.
No.
These will be more resistant. Those loud noises.
Right, so they're not heading through. That's annoying, isn't it? They would have gave us an easy answer for the assassination, I would have said. I am gonna... Okay. Hide. Thank you. Has he just left that little bit of land he was at? I think he has. Oh, that's really annoying. I think he's just walked out of that garden area and he's now walking round. That didn't do me any favours, did it? Right, we're being seen by different people, so we're going to be a bit wary of that. I obviously need people again.
Such colour! How marvellous! Those fireworks are truly
Right.
impressive. Is such
If I stop walking... No, I don't walk automatically, I did wonder.
Spend our money on something better than fireworks.
Right, I'm thinking if they walk round,
To appreciate this light show.
and he is now outside of his little garden area, job done. He is out of his garden area, any of these people to walk past him. Come on, keep walking.
Trim from Paris? Don't say that.
There we go.
You are too late, assassin.
Well, we did it. It's always nice to try and do the optionals while we go through things.
But my plans are already in motion. Even leading you here has given my allies time to escape. Thank you for making my end a quick one.
That's the thing. He's dying from tuberculosis.
Thank you for revealing your master plan, you scheming snake.
That in a lot of ways is a nicer death than what he was going to go and have, isn't it, really? Smoke bombs can now be used to escape. This is something that I always forget to use, and I need to remember to use more.
Better hurry. Liam, I hope you brought the ship around.
Your ship is taking heavy damage. Doesn't fill me with lots of joy, does it? We've got to get to the Morrigan before obviously it loses all its health.
That's not Spartan.
Keep running. I don't know what happened there, but he didn't look good when he did it there. Right, over. We're going to reach a ship and we're going to go. We're nearly there. Obviously, I need it to autosave ideally before we can finish for today. Right, we're up. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I probably shouldn't have gone full speed, but it's the easiest, quickest way out. There's ships dead ahead as well. We're just going to escape the area, that's all it says. So bracing doesn't completely protect you, obviously it helps a bit.
Captain, they're too strong for us.
I know they're too strong. I'm trying to escape.
Loose all and trim sharp to the wind.
I don't know where the best place is left. It's going to get away. All we got to do is escape. Thank you, Kev. Thank you for joining us. As soon as we've escaped, hopefully it should save. That'll be the mission finished. And that'll be it for this evening. We are live again tomorrow evening for Genshin Impact. And we're live Wednesday evening for more Assassin's Creed Rogue.
Is dead.
And now it is saving.
You look disappointed.
The sickly way that man looked. He would have been dead in a month anyway. And 2 other Templars got away. They're looking into the manuscript and box.
Did they have the artifacts?
I don't know. Perhaps. I can't be sure.
Then you did what was right by the Brotherhood. Find the object later. Cheer up, Shay. It's a rare day we can sow such chaos among the Templars.
Perhaps. But to hear Washington speak, it didn't sound like they'd be too put out by the loss.
Well, that's what he'd want you to think.
Okay, that is it. Mission complete. It did count as blended. I wasn't sure if it would because we did become unblended when we killed him. That is the final mission of today. This evening done, I'm afraid. It has just saved, luckily. We may have a conversation before we can do anything else. Trophy achieved. Halcyon days. So although the trophies pop up, they don't actually tell what they mean. I do put them on the descriptions, but I don't read anything else.
The memory appears to be fragmented. How much time has passed?
A few months, I think. That virus is cutting off our access to complete memories. They're readable, but messy.
The 7 Years' War will soon break out in the colonies. Focus on assassin interference.
We'll do our best. Won't we, numbskull?
I think that was us who was talking to. Right, we are going to stop. Obviously, it is saving now. So, time has passed. We don't know how much time has passed, but that is where it's left us. I think we've done okay. You know, we're 2.5 hours in. We did start a little bit earlier than obviously intended, but when we can do that, we do that. So we started 20 minutes earlier than we scheduled, I believe. But I think we did a fair amount. We've got to know Shay a little bit. He's going to be an interesting character to get to know. Currently, he's still an assassin, but at the start did already say assassins weren't his favourite people. And this is his story, which is interesting. But yeah, on your comment, Crazy Osman, about moving as well, it is just, we don't know. And the report came through today. It's got a lot of information on it that backs up what the doctors have already said, to be honest. So hopefully once the other insurance sees it, they'll take things a bit more seriously than they have done so far. The moving side of things changes things massively from what I've been told today. But yeah, me and my other half don't want to move for the sake of moving. Obviously, physically, I may have to have no choice. But we're not going to downsize. If anything, we need to go bigger for me, my benefit, if anything. But we've got to work all these things out. But it will happen. Massive thank you for watching the channel update. Right, that is it for this evening. As I say, that is Assassin's Creed Rogue started. I haven't decided if we're going to aim for the platinum or not because we just don't know until we get into the trophies, which won't happen till the end of the story. I don't know if it is a simple platinum. I don't know, but we're trying 100% as much as we can anyway. Because even if we don't go for platinum, I'd still like to say we did it all. It's kind of how I generally do things, as you guys know anyway. As I say, we're back tomorrow evening for Genshin Impact. I did look this morning because my little boy wanted to see a bit of Genshin, so we went on to do the Serenity Pot stuff, the stuff that I don't want to do on stream because it's boring and all this. It's actually broken. Until the new update hits, it is actually broken. So my whole plan of showing them the Serenity Pot, letting them have a little play, didn't really work. But I tried. But that's Genshin Impact tomorrow evening. We'll do commissions and carry on the story of Inazuma. And then Wednesday, we're back with more Assassin's Creed Rogue as we continue Shay's journey on Wednesday evening. And then that is it for this week. There is daily content on the channel in the form of episodes of different things. Watch Dogs is coming to an end. The DLC for that Bad Blood will start very soon as well. And yeah, there's always something going on. Yeah, my aim is to stay in. We've got to stay in the area for the sake of the school. So my little boy's school, they've got to take into account we can't move too far away from his school. That's kind of the way they work from what I've been told today. I had a big long conversation with the insurance about it, and they won't move me away from his school or further away from where my other half works, which means they won't find me a house because it's not going to happen. So if they can't, I think they have to compensate for not being able to or something. It's all really complicated, and I won't really know for a while. I don't think the way it's looking. They have authorised the injections in the spine and the foot, and obviously if they don't work, the next plan is that machine inserted. But I don't know what's going on with the metal plate in the back. To be fair, that's something I'm not too sure of. We're still waiting for different things to be authorised and things like that. So it's all a waiting game. I've had 18 months of waiting. I don't think it's changed anytime soon. But yeah. So thank you all for watching the update video. That's it for this evening. So as always, thank you for the likes, the comments, the views, and the conversation. Very much appreciated. Loving the 2K22 and Dirt Rally 5. Thank you, Crazy Irishman. Very much appreciated. Dirt Rally. Oh, that's something I didn't say in the update, actually. So Dirt Rally, I said to my little boy, we are finishing it. I'm just, it's what happens when I start talking. I don't stop. I said to my little boy, we're doing the Dirt Rally series together. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. He's learning very quickly. And I said to him, look, the DLC is normally to buy all of them. You're looking at about £30-40 for the 4 DLCs. So I said to him, look, it's £10 for all 4 DLCs. Do you want to do it? I gave him 5 days to say yes or no, and he actually did it on the last day. I went, actually, let's do it. And it was like, okay. So we're going to do the DLCs once we finish the main story. He wants to get the platinum via the videos. We have had a quick look at trophies actually on that, and it shouldn't be too bad. So we should hopefully get the Dirt 5 platinum along the way, and also have all the DLC stuff to record as well, which is good. And 2K22 is, I'm really enjoying that as well. There's loads of things I'm enjoying. I've started Watch Dogs 2, as I said at the start of the stream. Watch Dogs will finish very shortly, and then you've got the DLC to that to see, and then Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 2 is very different to Watch Dogs 1. But I'm hoping to do it's not a twist really, I suppose. But I want to see if we can go non-lethal through Watch Dogs 2. Just because it kind of suits the story. But we'll go on to that close to the time. I am just waffling. So that is it. Yeah, he's really enjoying it, Crazy Irishman. That's the thing. He likes to have people watch and all that kind of stuff. And he even watches it himself back as well. So it's one of those. Right, I am going to have to go. Otherwise, I'll be snoring away on live stream when the tablets hit hard. They're already hit, but it's manageable. So that is it for this evening. As I say, back tomorrow evening for Genshin Impact, Wednesday evening for more Assassin's Creed Rogue. Thank you all for joining us for the first live stream of Rogue, and start getting them thinking caps on for what's coming up next. Because obviously, after Unity, Syndicate, and the 2.5D side scrollers, we've got to decide what we're doing. There's lots of decisions to be made. But thank you all very much. Enjoy your evening, or your morning, wherever you are, and we'll see you, I'm sure, very soon. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye. Oh, before I go, actually, 2 seconds. If you're in England, have a good Jubilee weekend if we don't speak before that. Anyway, that's it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.